Present, Miss.
Alferez,
Present, Miss.
Arnado,
Present, Miss.
Bartolata, Buntuyan,
Present, Miss.
Botilia,
Present, Miss.
Kabaho,
Present, Miss.
Kapalaran,
Present, Miss.
Cavite, Cavite, De La Serna,
Present, Miss.
Ilan, okay, wala, Gore,
Present, Miss.
Lisaw,
Present, Miss.
Languno,
Present, Miss.
Zolin,
Present, Miss.
Oliva, okay, wala. How about Olivar?
Present, Miss.
Oman,
Present, Miss.
Patigayon, okay, wala. Perez,
Present, Miss.
Franza,
Present, Miss.
Romero,
Present, Miss.
Sala,
Present, Miss.
Sandigan,
Present, Miss.
Santos, Sigarino,
Present, Miss.
Sipalay,
Present, Miss.
Sulon,
Present, Miss.
Angtuan,
Present, Miss.
Tives,
Present, Miss.
Tulod,
Ulod, present, Miss.
Tumulak, Valiente, Valiente,
Present, Miss.
Villafura, Villafura, okay, Belvestre, Belvestre, okay, again, Bartolata,
Present, Bartolata, Miss.
Okay, apology. Okay, again, Cavite. Okay, wala si Cavite. How about Inot?
Present, Miss.
Okay, Oliva. Oliva, wala pa si Oliva, Patigayon. Patigayon also not here, Belvestre. Okay, so Cavite, Oliva. Okay, present si Cavite. Okay, so Oliva, Patigayon, and Belvestre. Okay, so
Present Belvestre, Miss.
present there si Belvestre. Okay, so only Oliva and Patigayon. Okay, so from last quiz, for your quiz for the final, so okay, so 6 of you got the perfect score. Okay, so I will return your paper on Thursday. Okay, so for today, is the Masonry group ready?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, can you start Masonry group? Okay, so we have Alferez, Buntuyan, Oman, Pransa, and Tangkawan.
Good afternoon. Makita na, everyone.
Yes, we can see your slide.
So good afternoon, everyone. So we are the fourth group, and we are about to present the Masonry. So before we will start our Masonry, I would like to ask everyone, what's your preferred design, the left side or the right side? May I call Bilvestre? Or anyone? Okay, so wala mo kuan, wala mo pili. So ang difference niya is sa left side wala siya kanang mga masonry. On the other side, on the other hand, kay naa siya mga masonry units nga gibutang. So masonry units kuno kay add up the aesthetic value of a building, just like this design nga na from naka-flash screen. So what is masonry units? Masonry units are commonly used for construction, including bricks, concrete masonry units, and stone, either natural or artificial. They are bonded by suitable mortar. Masonry units are available in several sizes, grades, and textures. Plans and specifications for a particular job designate the type of masonry unit, including its size, grade, and texture. The specification also define the kind of mortar and thickness of joints. Members of the construction craft that installs masonry units are called masons or bricklayers. Sometimes bricklayers are called brick masons. A helper usually assists masons or bricklayers. Masonry construction is labor intensive, even though nga kanang one by one siya, but even though nga ibutang siya sa kanang place gyud sa construction, but ang iyang pagbutang sa kanang sa building is one by one gyud siya pagbutang. May naka-extensive niya. So how to estimate the cost? The estimator should determine separately the quantity and cost of each kind of unit required. So for this kanang naaman gyud mga different niya masonry. So for example, concrete hollow blocks, so lahi siya og quantity compared nimo sa kaning mga inani kaning mga stones sa design na gyud sa kanang aesthetic, lahi po na siya. Kay kung iipon na nimo siya, ang maglibog na gyud ang imong cost. Kay lahi na sa presyo niya. Lahi sad siya og dimension. Next is an appropriate allowance should be made waste, resulting primarily from breakage. So, for example, sa hollow blocks, kinanglan na adi kay allowance kay possible na gyud nga mabuak ang uban nga unit. The labor hours required to install masonry depend on the type of unit, pattern of the masonry, and the height of the masonry must be placed. For example, ang imong masonry unit kay i-install siya dito sa kanang dapit na day sa roofing. So mag-need ka og scaffolding. So dira pa lang daan, pagbutang pa lang daan sa scaffolding, maka-add up na siya sa labor hours. And then pattern of the masonry. Naay ka ng masonry unit nga ang iyahang design gani kay alternate na uban sad nga kanang simple lang. So it depends on the design mo kuan gid siya, mo affect gid siya sa labor hours sa kanang nagtrabaho sa masonry. Then the construction equipment required to install masonry units may include mortar mixer, scaffolding for the kanang masonry nga i-install sa mga kanang taas nga lugar, and a forklift for handling the masonry units. There are some masonry units nga tungod sa kadaghan kay bugat siya, so need na gyud siya og forklift. And then mortars. So mortar for masonry units is made by mixing Portland cement with lime or masonry cement and sand, neither natural or artificial. The lime used for making masonry mortar is hydrated lime, which is calcium hydroxide. Lime which sets only on contact with the air gives the mortar workability, water retentivity, and elasticity. Sand acts as a filler and also contributes to the strength of the mix. Colored mortar is often required. The desired color is obtained by adding color pigment to the mortar mix. Next is mortar. Mortar is designed as ASTM types, which is M, S, N, O, P, M, and PL. So for the M type, needs siya for high strength, and then suitable for masonry subjected to high compressive loads. So mo ni siya ang imuhang quantity nga kinahanglanon for the M type of mortar. Next is makita naman sa table, sa table kanang murag ratio niya sa Portland cement, sa lime ug sa sand. And the next is the S. S is a type for structures requiring high flexural bond strength but subject only to normal compressive loads. So naka-state sa dire ang iyang cement ratio gyapon. And then for N-type mortar, it is used in medium strength mortar for general use above grade, specifically for exterior walls such as masonry veneers applied to frame construction. So nasa dire ang ilahang kanang ratio. And for the last type is the type O. It is used in low strength mortar for interior non-load bearing partitions and for fireproofing. Next, sizes and quantities. Clay bricks are manufactured in many shapes, sizes, colors, and textures. So ang imuhang pag-purchase ani kay it depends on asa nimo siya gamiton. So mo na siya. Ang iyang sizes, ang colors, and textures. For the cost, which vary considerably, are usually based on 1,000 units. So ang pag-order nimo is by 1,000 siya. So kung mag-order ka og kanang 1,000 units, dapat dul-duol sa pila ka book ang imuhang mahurot sa kanang nga design para dili sad kalas ba. Dili masayang ang imuhang uban nga masonry units. So the quantity of brick required for a job depends on the area of wall to be covered, plus a reasonable amount of waste. So as stated ganina, need jud ka og kanang waste yun. Brick may be designated as non-modular or modular. Next. Modular brick dimension. So modular brick dimension kay mo ni siya kaning naa sa picture. Mo ni siya example sa modular brick. And then mo ni siya naa kay kanang dimension. Mo ni siya nasa table. Next.
With the term is the pattern bands. So the different patterns of pattern bands use masonry type. Let's first tackle about the course or the different ways na brick can be laid. So depending sa iyang orientation, it can contribute significantly to the overall strength and also to the appearance of the structure. So first is the stretcher. So stretcher is simply a brick laid flat with its longest side parallel to the ground. So kaning orientation is maximizes the structural cohesion between bricks, creating a strong and stable surface. So in simple terms, in stretcher is simply yung long dimension tayo nakatubang outwards. So mana ang stretcher. Next, the kung sa stretcher, ang so our position standing upright, perpendicular to the ground. So, kaya nga vertical alignment ay create a distinct visual impact, often resembling a line of soldiers standing. Soldiers. Kaning nga arrangement ay sagaran gamiton to add height sa also strength and unique character to walls or to muscles. Like nga for the so siya sa naka long dimension ato sa head kaya so bring our side facing outward, so exposing both the height and the two dimensions. So this is realistic in defining open windows and reinforcing the integrity of the brick. So, like the pattern gun. So, by arranging so pattern the functional purpose the first one is so first the running band. Running band is a widely employed brick-laying pattern that imparts both strength and visually appealing structure. So running band is not pinaka-common na gamit na band either in bricks or also in CHB or hollow blocks. So, this staggered arrangement minimizes the structural integrity of the wall by minimizing the vertical alignments and distributing the building. So running back is the go-to choice for its simplicity since talaga siya its ability to convey a sense of continuity in the person. Next type of pattern is the contact. Similar to the every other sensitive to its pressure. As we can see in the picture, in our picture, and every balik na po ang picture is the common band. So, common band provides additional lateral strength to the wall. So, next pattern is the English band. English band is made up of alternative courses, headers and structure with headers centered in the structure. So, kanina arrangement enhances the structural but integrity of the wall by ensuring that its vertical is supported by a vertical. So, next is the Flemish. Flemish band implicates visually striking bricklaying English band. So,
Excuse me, Buntuan.
the attorney for this
Um, wala man ganun sa imong kuan, buntuyan. We cannot hear any words from you.
Nanay madungog, miss.
Okay, can you speak again?
Madungog na.
O ka na, madungog na. Pero kanina wala mi nadungog sa imong
Nanay audio, miss.
sulti.
Madungog.
Oh, yes. Now.
Okay, miss. So, sorry sa background noises, miss, na ako sa eskwelahan. So, to continue the pattern bands kay next type of stack. Bricks are stacked directly above each other in continuous vertical lines. Kanang sample as mo na makita na to sa picture, naka-stack lang jud siya brick by brick. So, though stack band kay lacks interlocking strength nga patterns, i-choose lang ni siya sa mga kwan for its architectural effect. So, this pattern is often used for decorative purposes only. So, and lastly, pattern bands is the basket pattern. The basket pattern introduces a visually appealing grid-like arrangement of pairs forming a square pattern. Hence, mao gitawag siya nga basket. So, this design is achieved by placing adjacent bricks. Makita sa picture is three adjacent bricks adjacent to each other, creating a repetitive square grid. So, the resulting pattern resembles the weave of basket. That's why nga basket pattern. And it is often used for its decorative appeal. So, that's for the pattern bands. So, though nagapoy naidagan pang klase sa pattern bands, but this is the mostly commonly used. So, next slide, please. So, types of joints for brick masonry. So, the mortar between brick plays a crucial role in both structural integrity and visual appeal. So, in the first is the flash cut. Flash cut joints offer a clean and seamless appearance by skillfully removing excess mortar from the brick. So, massive na siya by removing excess mortars, and the final result is smooth, even joint where mortar is nearly flush with the brick surface. So, naka-provide niya siya a neat and tidy finish. So, flash cut joints not only enhance yung aesthetic appeal but also kanang overall uniformity of the structure. Next is the struck joints. So, the struck joints is result by the finishing of the top edge of the joint precisely level with the face of the brick, creating a clean and visually pleasing alignment. After siya ma-flash is yung joint in the bottom edge kayo recess. That mo na makita sa naka-slant siya. So next is the weathered. Opposite lang siya sa struck, but the kanang yung top edge ang naka-recess. So next is the concave. Concave is a rounded inward curve along the mortar joint. Kanang matched ni siya using a specialized tool to shape the mortar before it completely sets. So most tool gamiton is a wood or a metal rod. So aside nga decorative element siya, its practical purpose is to i-direct niya ang water away from the joints. So the GPT masonry. So next is next. Rasad ka sa concave nga ang concave kay inward, the convex is the outward curve along the mortar joint. It is achieved by compressing the mortar during the brick laying process. And lastly is the rake. Break joints introduce a deliberate and controlled removal of mortar, creating a resist groove along the joint. So, ma-achieve ni siya by using a special tool kanang specifically mortar rake to scrape away a specified depth of mortar. Typically, kay naka-range from 1/4 to 3 inch, 3 by 8 inch. Next slide, please. So, estimating mortar for bricks. So, kanang a while ago, na-discuss na ni Mr. Friend sa nominal dimensions of the brick and its type. So, it is to note that kani nga dimension kay nominal. This is not a actual kanang size gid sa brick. Since it is nominal kanang to get the actual gid kay magdepende na siya sa thickness sa imong mortar. Let's say example, we want to use economy type of bricks which has a nominal dimension 4 by 4 by 8. So get full dimension jud kanang order nimo sa manufacturer kay may notion na siya sa thickness sa mortar. Let's say example, yung gamit na thickness sa mortar is 1/2. So it will be subtracted to the nominal dimension. So ang actual niya nga dimension so will become 3.5 by 7.5. So mao na so the quantity of mortar required for a single brick can be calculated with the following equation. Equation 15.1. So the formula is volume per brick is equal to the quantity parenthesis length plus height plus thickness of mortar times thickness of mortar times D. So next is so estimating continuation for estimating mortar of bricks. So in our karag sample plant, we have a planter box which has a kanang gamit kay bricks. So it has a dimension of 3.658 meter by 1.219 meter by height of 3.05 meter. So first, let's convert the dimension to feet as mamay given sa kanang formula by feet. So the plant box in feet is equal to by 1 feet. So let's compare area in this. So the formula is only since it's a rectangle, length times height. So we have the length of 12 times the height of 1 feet. So 12 times 1 equals 12 feet squared. On the other hand, sa short side, since let's say atong gamiton nga depth sa brick yang kabagon is 4 inches or equivalent to 0.33 feet. So gi-minus na siya sa width to area. Which makakuha dayon tag 3.3 feet squared. The total area that 2 times the area of the long side and short so will have the 30.6 total area. So to use the quantity of bricks using let's say gamit ang standard type of brick nadri sa kanang table shown that quantity of brick per square feet is 6.75. So total area times 6.75 bricks per feet squared is equals to 207 bricks. So actually there is a wastage nga 10% but wala na lang nako gi-include. So to continue using a running band and a one half atong gamiton nga thickness sa mortar. So by the formula 15.1, volume per brick is equals to length plus height plus thickness of mortar times thickness of mortar times depth. So since kani nga standard nga for dimension is nominal man ni, let's i-subtract na nato sa thickness of mortar nga atong gamiton which is 1/2. So minus na siya and substitute the formula to the formula equals to 7.5 plus 2.17 which is the height plus 0.5 the text times 0.5 of thickness and the 3.5 sa depth minus na sa thickness. So the total volume the volume per brick is equivalent to 17.7917 cubic inches of mortar per bricks. So, to get the total volume nga itong magamit for our planter box, which has 207 bricks, so we just need to multiply it at the total volume of 3,682.8819 in cubic inches, which equivalent to 2.1313 cubic feet. So that's all for estimating the mortar for bricks. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone. So let's proceed sa quantity of mortar for bricks ay brick veneer walls. So ato say discuss on sa ang brick veneer walls. So when we say veneer walls kay nana siya wall daan and then magbutang ka og bricks sa atubangan. So yang main purpose jud kay for aesthetic ra jud siya og architectural. So the quantity of mortar required for brick masonry will vary with the type of brick katong gi-discuss gani ha, and the thickness of the mortar joints. So kahibaw mo jud nga lisod mag-estimate accurately sa mortar nga ma-waste kung maglay ta og bricks. So ang gibuhat sa most estimators kay mag-add sila 20 to 25% for mortar waste. So sa nakita nato sa table diri, naa diri ang approximate cubic yards of mortar per 1,000 bricks. So naa diri ang mga type sa paglay sa bricks. So natin standard, engineer, economy, Roman, Norman, Norwegian o CSR. SCR day. So nadala ilang mga corresponding cubic yards of mortar per 1,000 bricks sa 3/8 inches nga thickness sa mortar o 1/2 inch. So ang common jud na magamit nato diri sa Philippines kay mao ni ang Roman. So naa siya 0.397 nga thick nga cubic yard. And then sa 3/8 inches nga thickness. And then sa 1/2 kay naa siya 0.506. Next slide please. Thank you. So ang accessories for wall brick veneer walls. So bali. So naatay metal ties. So it is used to anchor the brick veneer to wood frame walls and are generally spaced above 16 inches in the horizontal direction and 24 inches in the vertical direction. So, ang main purpose ana niya kay, di ba? Na naman siya wall daan sa and then sa tubangan magbutang taog katong mga bricks. So dili na siya ingon nga pilit jud kay ang bricks sa wall na sila gap duha. So ang purpose sa kaning metal ties is to provide a connection nilang duha and also kay di man naman sila gap, it is to restrain differential movement. And naasad tay ay so ang usa ka end ana niya kay gilansang sa wall and then on the other end kay naka-embed sa mortar joints. So nasa tay gitawag nga column and beam flange straps. So kani siya magamit siya sa kanang beam o column kanang flanges nila ba. So ang usa ka end pod same ra gihapon kay naa sa flanges sa column o sa beam, nya ang usa kay naa sa mortar. Next slide please. Thank you. So naa sad tay ganiha kay wall brick walls man to. Nya karon kay solid brick walls. So ang kani siya kay siya na jud ang nagsilbi nga wall. So structural load-bearing walls may be constructed with solid non-modular bricks, usually with standard size of solid bricks size 2 and 1/4 inches by 3 and 3/4 inches by 8 inches. So solid brick walls may be designated as 4, 8, 12, and 16 inches thickness. So ang kani siya kay diba 3 by kuan man ni 3/4 inches, so ato na lang ikuan na 4 inches ni siya. So kaning thickness niya magbase na siya sa pila ka buok siya kabuk na layer ba, like pareha aning naa sa picture. Ang gibag-o na niya kay 8 inches na siya kay gisapaw man na ay duha man ka buok nga brick ba nya 4 inches biya kada kuan kada usa, so ma-8 na siya. If 3 na ka layer, so ato na siya mahimo og 12, and then kung upat ka buok kay ato na siya mahimo og 16. So mag-vary ra jud siya kung ang thickness kung pila ka buok brick imong gamiton, like pila ka buok imong itapad ba. Next slide please. So naa diri ang number of, so mauna ang kani nga size sa bricks kay mauna ang commonly nga gigamit na to. So 2 2 and 2 1/4 inches by 3 and 3/4 inches by 8 inches solid non-modular bricks per 1,000 square foot of wall area. So, nara siya diha. Ang thickness sa mortar joints natin 1/4, 3/8, 1/2, 5/8, o 3/4. So, naapod ta diri naka-provide kanang mga cubic yards of mortar required per 1,000 standard size kato gihapon na dimension sa bricks for full joints using common band. For ang sa gi-discuss ganiha guys, ang common band kay mao to siya ang kanang kato kaning mga stretcher courses katong ang naka-face kay ang longer side. And then ang iyang ika-fifth, ang ika-6 niya nga layer kay ang kato ng nalimutan ko sa term. Header, ang which is ang header kay ang naka-face kay ang shorter side na siya. So mao na ang common band. So na siya iyahan na table. So let's proceed sa labor laying bricks. So, the labor hours required to lay bricks vary with a lot of factors such as the quality of work, type of bricks, kind of mortar used, shape of wall, kay di ba na may mga wall nga pa-curve. So, mas mo take siya og time. So, naapod tay kind of band pattern used, katong running band, common band, katong i-discuss na ko ganiha, ay katong i-discuss ganiha sa ni Alexis og katong kato. And then, naka-note diri nga for other than running band pattern brick veneer increased by 7%. Yeah, for cavity walls, for labor hours should be increased by 15%, and 3 for curved walls and labor hours should increase by 30%. So, naatay plan dere. So, pero ato siya i-estimate pila ka buok, ay katong pila ang labor o pila sad ka buok ang mga quantity niya. Pila ka bricks, hinana mortars. And then, pero ang atong ikuan dere kay sa right side elevation lang sa ta. So, naa dere ang dimension sa atong window 2, window 3, window 4, o yung gross outside area. So, sa yung gross outside area naatay. So, naka-meters yun na siya guys, SI. Then, ako lang siyang gi-convert sa English. So, naatay 213.25 square foot. So, sa window 2 niya, kaning dako, kaning tulo ka buok, kay nata area nga 3.54 square foot. And then, sa window 3, kay kaning katong pinakagamay, kanang usara ka buok, naa siya 0.25 square foot. And then, sa window 4, kay 0.58 square foot. Next slide, please. So, there is a problem. Estimate the total direct cost of material, labor, and equipment for constructing the walls. The walls will be 4 inches thick using Roman type bricks laid in common band with 1/2 inch mortar joints of all sides. Wall ties will be placed every 16 inches in the horizontal direction and every 24 inches in the vertical direction. Material costs will be 615 pesos per 1,000 bricks, and then 83 pesos per cubic yards for mortar, and 4.25 pesos per 100 wall ties. Labor costs include 20.95 per hour for bricklayers, and then naapot tay lahi pod ang labor sa helper, which is 15.56 per hour, and then the mixer for mortar will cost 9.50 per hour. And syempre magkuan man siya scaffolding kay based sa atong gihatag atong area taas jud siya. So ang scaffolding rental na to will be 1,800. So naata diri katong sukwaon na to ang net area. Sa atong buhaton katong gross area na gihatag nako ganiha, ato siyang minusan sa katong mga windows, o magdidak po ta sa para 4 corners. So, maon siya ang total guys, na 208.88 square feet. Next slide please. Thank you. So, for the bricks required, so katong sa table 15.2 katong gingon ako ganiha nga common na magamit diri sa Philippines kay Roman type. So para sa stretcher bricks kay nagikuha na to nga 1 brick over sa katong ihang dimension nga 2 inches by 12 inches kay eksakto times sa iyahang katong ato siya gi-convert guys katong 144 square inches per square foot. So makakuha ta nga 6 bricks per square feet. And then sa header kay same naghihapog process ang nakalahian na nila kay sa structure kay 12 inches siya kay ang naka-face na tong longer side man. Sa header kay 4 na siya kay ang shorter side may naka-face na to. So mo result siya og 18 bricks per square feet. So for structures, di ba? Sorry guys, magsabak kayo ang background. Sa stretchers kay di ba mauman to ang 5 ka layer niya, ang ika-6 kay ang header naman. So para makuha na to pila ka bricks needed for stretcher kay ang katong net area niya which is 208.88 square feet times sa 5/6 times sa 6 bricks per square foot niya times 2. Gi times 2 na to siya guys kay di ba kung mag common band ta kay ang ika-6 nga layer kay header man. So nay mulabaw ang iyang gitason sa ubos. So para ma-carry niya, walay mo carry siyang load ato. So para mo carry kay ato i-times 2 ang stretcher para pod ma-uniform ang iyang thickness. So naatay wala pa balik sa naatay 2,088.8 stretcher bricks. And then sa header kay gi-timesan lang nato siya og 1/6 times 18 bricks per square feet. Then total siya og 626.64 header bricks. So ang total plusan pa jud siya og kanang 15% na waste. So naatay 2,801 bricks. So para sa mortar required, naasa ni sa katong gi-provide nako ganiha katong table 15.3 para sa Roman brick nga naay 1/2 inch. So naa siya 0.506 cubic yards per 1,000 brick. So katong bricks na to nga nakuha kanan sa babaw, total bricks times sa kaning 0.506 cubic yards per 1,000 bricks, makakuha ta og 1.42 cubic yards. Plusan pa jud na to katong gingon nako niya nga ganiha nga most estimators kay mag-add og 20 to 25% na waste. So mao ni siya nate 0.35 cubic yards. So makakuha ta og 1.77 cubic yards nga total mortar. Next slide please. Thank you. So naatay wall ties required. So katong gi-mention nako sa problem nga spacing of the metal wall ties kay 16 inches times 24 inches. So naatay 384 square inches per tie. So number of ties per square foot of wall kay katong gikuanan ni siya guys, gi-convert. So 144 square inches per dili di siya. Gikuan di siya sa area. And then over 384 square inches per tie. So makakuha tag 0.375 ties per square foot. And the number of ties kay katong sa net area which is 208.88 square foot times number sa ties. So 0.375 ties per square foot. So plusan pa jud nato og 5% na waste. So we have 83 ties. So sa labor hour cost, so di ba nag-provide ko ganiya sa table 15.6 na dito sa kanang hours sa kanang bricklayers niya naapod siya sa labor. So nato siya range ang atong gigamit lang din kay sa bricklayers kay 16 hours and then sa helpers kay 10.5 hours. So sa bricklayers kay 2,801 bricks times sa 16 hours per 1,000 bricks times sa 1.07 for common band. So katong ganiha katong gingon ginako nga naa sa note nga mag-add ka og 7% kung common band. So, mo equal na siya to 48 hours. And then sa helpers, ilisa na nato og 10.5 hours ang 16. So, naatay 32 hours. For the equipment required, naatay time for mortar mixer assumed 3 bricklayers. Ay 2 na siya guys, sasayop 2 nya mo to 460 hours per ay over 2 kay maon na siya natay 230 hours. Then naaga na sa problem ang rental cost for scaffolding kay 1,800. Next slide please. Thank you. So ang cost of materials, labor and equipment kay total niya mao ni siya guys. Katong ganiha, gipang summarize lang ni siya. So mo total siya og 7,362.05 pesos. Thank you.
So good afternoon, everyone. Now let's move on to concrete masonry units. So concrete masonry units or CMUs are concrete blocks that are manufactured in various sizes from Portland cement, sand, and gravel, or cement and lightweight aggregates. So the concrete blocks may be solid or hollow. So as what I have said, concrete masonry units, or known as CMUs, are concrete blocks which are constructed from two principal materials, such as the Portland cement and aggregates such as sand and crushed stones. So the aggregates form the block main structure, while the cement binds the aggregates together. So depending on the type of CMU and the intended application, the block may also include pigment to increase visual appeal. So I know you are familiar with concrete masonry units. So ang process ani includes mixing, molding, curing, and cubing. So once na manufactured ang concrete masonry units, they are suitable for many architecture, construction, and landscaping application. So there are lots of benefits of concrete masonry units such as energy efficiency, sustainability, and many more. Next slide, please. So table 15.7 gives the actual sizes, approximate weights, and quantities of mortar required for joints for the more popular sizes of CMUs. So later on, we will use this table 15.7 in the application of the example. So naay common nominal size as CMU, such as the 8 by 8 by 16 inches. Next slide, please. So we have labor-laying concrete masonry units. We all know that masonry is laid by skilled masons. So they place mortar between units to tie them together. So masonry requires little machinery for placement. A mason and a trowel are the two main things necessary. Next slide, please. So we have a bond beam. So a bond beam is a continuously reinforced horizontal beam of masonry designed to provide additional strength and to prevent cracks in masonry walls. A mason and a helper working together should be able to install about 50 linear feet of bond beam per hour, including laying the U-shaped CMUs, setting the reinforcing steel, and placing the concrete. So the image at the left side is an example of a band beam. So they are a horizontal reinforced element sa usa ka masonry wall that provides makaresist siya og shear loads, and also helps distribute lateral loads throughout the wall section. So they are typically one course tall, and band beams are usually seen at the top of foundation, walls, tops of walls, and at each floor diaphragm connection. So next slide, please. Next, we have lintels. So lintels are short beams also of wood. So steel, stone, or reinforced masonry used to span openings in masonry wall. So the image at your right side is an example of a lintel. So there are differences between a lintel blocks and a bond beam. So ang lintel blocks are U-shaped horizontal masonry units which are placed above the opening, so above the kuan baron, above the doors, windows, while ang band beam are horizontal concrete masonry units in which the web portion have cuts or holes to access vertical reinforcement. Next slide, please. So for expansion or control joints, these are placed at intervals to permit differential movement of wall sections caused by shrinkage of concrete due to fluctuations in temperature. Expansion joints may be placed at door and window openings or at columns and pilasters. Expansion joints are placed at offsets in walls. Control joints are grooves placed in masonry to control shrinkage cracking. Next slide, please. So this is example of a plan. Maghihimo na mo. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide, please. Now let's proceed to the estimation. So sample estimation. Estimate the total direct cost and cost per 1,000 concrete masonry units for furnishing and laying standard weight concrete masonry units for a building 34 feet long, 33 feet wide, and 25 feet high. The total area of the openings will be 594 square feet. The concrete masonry units will be 8 inches by 8 inches by 16 inches, and mortar joists will be 3/8 inches thick. 3 rows of band beams are required, reinforced with 2 number 5 reinforcing steel bars. The manufacturer's literature shows 0.22 cubic feet of concrete is required to fill each linear foot of the U-shaped CMUs that will be used for the bond beams. So material cost will be $1.86 per CMU and $83 per cubic yard for mortar. Material cost for the bond beam will be $0.30 per pounds for reinforcing steel and $79 per cubic yard for the concrete. Labor costs include $20.95 per hour for masons, $15.56 per hour for helpers, and $18.67 per hour for the mixer operator. Equipment for mixing the mortar will cost $9.50 per hour. Scaffolding rental will be $2,500 for the job. So, ang kining dimensions are from the plan nga akong gipakita ganina. So, ang kuha lang ato it is in meters, but among convert into feet for the sake sa kanang mga formulas is in English units. Next slide, please. And then the openings, amo ni siyang gi-compute based sa kanang opening sa windows, sa doors nga pag ganiha gi-discuss sa akong mga ka-groupmates. So we have table 15.8 nga nag-describe sa labor hours required to handle and lay 1,000 concrete blocks. So we will use this in this example. Next slide. So quantity of materials. So we have an outside perimeter wall. So given the length of the building, which is 34, plus the width, which is 33, that times the wall. So we have 134 linear feet. Then we have the gross outside area. So makakuha ta og 3,350 square feet. So i-deduct na to siya sa 4 corners, each 8 inch, i-convert na to into feet, times the 25 feet, times, di ba, upat man ka corner, is equal to 66 square feet. So, i-deduct na to sa openings nga given sa kanang problem, which is 594 square feet. We have, kung ato ni siyang i-add tanan, we will have a net area of 2,690 square feet. For the CMUs required, so from table 15.7, we have number of concrete masonry units is equal to 113 concrete masonry units per 100 square feet. So number of concrete masonry units required is equal to 3,039 concrete masonry units. So, plus i-add pa jud nimo siya sa waste, nga gikan sa 3,039 CMUs, we will have 152 CMUs. So, we will total everything, we have 3,191 CMUs. Next. So, for the mortar required, this is from table 15.7, wherein the common kuan sa mortar, which is 8 by 8 by 16 CMUs, is equal to 0.12 cubic yard per 100 square feet. So quantity of mortar required is equal to 3.2 cubic yard. Then i-add na to siya sa 30% waste, which is 1 cubic yard. So then a total na to, which is 4.2 cubic yard. Then material for bond beams, we have 3 rows times 134 linear feet times 0.22 cubic feet per linear feet times 1 cubic yard per 27 cubic is equal to 3.3 cubic yard. So, kini gi-convert ni siya because 1 cubic yard is equal to 27 cubic feet. Then we will have to add the 15% waste, which is 0.49 cubic yard. The total is 3.79 cubic yard. So, it is also stated in the problem na ang bond beams is reinforced with 2 number 5 bars. So, 3 rows. So, gi-state sad sa kanang problem ang 3 rows of bond beams. So, 3 rows times 134 linear feet times 2 bars times 1.043 pounds per feet is equal to 839 pounds. So, i-add na to ang lap splicing, which is 21 pounds. Then, total everything, which is 860 pounds. Then, we'll proceed to labor hours required. So, labor installing CMUs in wall. So, table 15.8 using average values for 8 by 8 by 16 of concrete masonry units. So, masons installing CMUs is 174 per hour. So, given din siya sa table, makita ninyo mo siya. Then, ang masons installing bond beams is equal to 27 hour. So, in total, we have 201 hour. So, for helpers, we have 174 hour. So, helpers installing bond beams is equal to 18 hours. So, kung imo siyang i-add, which is 192 per hour. So, kung siyang tag-mix of 3 masons, so we'll have 201 hour, which is makuha nimo sa kining pag-add nimo sa masons installing CMUs and mason installing bond beams. I-divide nimo sa 3 masons is equal to 67 hours. So, equipment required. Time for mortar mixer, ma-assume na sa tag 3 masons is 201 hours divided by 3 is equal to 67 hours. So, rental cost of scaffolding. So, of course, mag-detect scaffolding. So, given na sa niya siya sa kanang problem, which is $2,500. So, cost of materials, labor, and equipment. So, materials, given na sa ang mga cost sa bricks, mortar, and reinforcing and concrete. Sa bricks, we have $5,935.26. For mortar, we have $348.6. Sa reinforcing steel, we have $258, and the concrete, we have $299.41. Sa labor, bricklayers, so atuan naman yung nakuha ang mga oras, so we have to multiply it to the cost. So bricklayers is 201 hour. 8 times of 20.95 per hour, we have $4,210.95. For helpers, we have $2,987.52, and for mixer operator, we have $1,250.89. And for equipment, we have $636.5. For the scaffolding rental is $2,500. I-add na to ang duha, which is $18,427.13. So we have cost per concrete masonry units is 6 point. So i-divide na to si 18,427.13 dollars to 3,039 concrete masonry units, which is nakuha na nato ganiha, is equal to 6.06 dollars per concrete masonry units. Then cost per square feet is 18,000. I-divide na to siya gihapon to 2,690 square feet. Ang atong makuha is $6.85 per square feet. So, ang kini dayong gi-estimate nato, walay labot ang lifting equipment if required sa atong indirect cost of taxes, insurance, contingency, or profit. So that's it for the concrete masonry units.
For our next topic, we have the stone masonry. Several kinds of stone, both natural and artificial, are used in structures such as buildings, walls, piers, and etc. Natural stones used for construction include sandstone, limestone, dolomite, slate, granite, marble, and etc. Artificial limestone is available in many areas. Each kind of stone and work should be estimated separately, just like the what I have mentioned earlier na depende kung asa gamiton ang stone masonry. The cost of stone in place can be estimated by cubic yard, by ton, by cubic foot, by square foot, or by linear foot. Because of the various methods of pricing stonework, an estimator should be very careful to use the correct method in preparing the estimate. Next is bonds for stone masonry. So this illustration illustrates the more common bands for stone masonry. Rubble masonry is formed of stones of irregular shapes that are laid in regular courses or at random with mortar joints. Ashlar masonry is formed of stones cut with rectangular faces. The stones may be laid in courses or at random with mortar joints. So these are the common bands for stone masonry. Mortar for stone masonry. The mortar used for setting stones may be similar to that used for brick masonry. Sometimes special non-staining white or stone set cement may be specified instead of gray Portland cement. Hydrated lime is usually added to improve the working properties of the mortar. The quantity of mortar required for joints will vary considerably with the type of bond, the thickness of the joints, and the size of stones used. Table 15.9 gives representative quantities of mortar required per cubic yard of stone. Next is the weight of stone. So this table gives the range in weights of stone commonly used for masonry. The given weights are expressed in pounds per net cubic foot of volume.
So good afternoon again. Stone walls are an important part of. Sorry guys, sabak akong anak. So kanang sa stone masonry gyapon ta. So as we all know that stone walls are very important part of any house, and they can be used as boundaries to frame a garden, to build a dry stone wall, or even to simply add a touch of rustic character to an otherwise formal place in the home. So stone walls have been built for thousands of years and used by people from all over the world. And they are low maintenance and beautiful addition. So anyways, the cost of stone is varies so much with the kind of stone, extent of cutting done at the quarry, and location of use, that no estimate that requires accurate pricing should be made without obtaining current prices for the particular stones. So the stones suitable for rubble masonry, as mentioned earlier ni Carl, na ang rubble masonry is rough or uneven building stone that laid in regular courses. So ang example na ni mga rubble masonry is granite or igneous, limestone, sandstone, and marble. Then some medieval cathedral walls have other shells of ashlar with an inner backfield of mortarless rubble and dirt. So The cost of such blocks may be based on the volume, with the largest dimensions used in determining the volume, or the cost may be based on the weight of the stone. So the stones used for ashlar masonry. So this form of masonry that uses uniformly dressed stones, meaning they are all the same size, shape, and texture. So since ashlar masonry uses stones that have been quarried and dressed, it is very expensive. So mahal din siya. And most commonly used in imposing structures such as castles. So katong mga castles sa una kay made from ashlar masonry siya, then wall of fortifications and mga churches sa mga nakita ninyo din. This ashlar masonry may be priced by the ton, cubic foot, or square foot, or wall area for a specified thickness. So the cost of freight to the destination of so the cost of freight to the destination must be added sa diay sa cost sa stone to determine the cost of the job. So stone may be purchased at quarry in large rough cut blocks, held to the job, and then cut to the desired sizes and shapes. So the cost of such blocks will be based on the volume as mentioned, then or cost may be based on the weight of the stone. So kani next na ginitinood. So this labor setting stone masonry. So this table 15.11 is the labor hours required to handle and set stone masonry. So this gives representative values of the labor hours required to handle and set stone masonry. So the lower rate should be used for large straight walls with plain surface, and the higher rate for walls with irregular surfaces, pilasters, closely spaced openings, and etc. So the rate for housing will vary the size of stone, heights hosted, and equipment used. Next. So kani is the sample building plan, murag kani mo anin tinuod ganyan murag na say pergurtugnek ay kanang sunod. So ground floor plan, then mo niya sa damong napili nga plano sa second floor plan. So na sila. Next. Then mao sad ni ang front elevation niya kani. Then left side elevation. Next. So kanina una ni may si Carla. So ang kaning nadiri sa baba kaning stone wall kay kani sa fronting kaning sa left, then sa right kay sa left side elevation ni siya. Then kaning nasa ubos kay mao ni akong kuan lang gi-snap, then mao lang meaning ana mao na ang stone wall, then sa left side left side sad, then gikuha na ko ang height para makuha ang area ba. Height, then width sa front of left. Then nakuha na tong area with 35.75 square meter. Then wala pa na nakuha ay sa window. So mo to gikuha na sa natong area sa window 1, kaning tag-as mo ng window 1 ay red. Then nakuha na ko kay 6 kanang square meter. Then ang window 2 kay kuan sad kaning blue, kaning second nga kanang gamay-gamay, then nakuha na sad ako ang area na. Then sa kaning 3 sad kaning kinagamyan window 3 mao na. Then after kay para mo total area niya kay kanang kuha na ako minus na akong 35.75 sa mga total sa area sa window. So mao na nakuha na tong 28.36. Next. So, example calculation nata. So, actually guys, this calculation is based sa reference ni Mace, pero ako din siyang i-convert. Estimate the cost per 10 square meter for furnishing and setting stone in random ashlar band for building. The stone will be sewed on the top and bottom beds, and on the front and back faces, it will be furnished in random length to be sewed on the desired, and the thickness niya kay 110 mm, then ang total weight niya kay 68, then ang ito nabasang tanan din ang delivery cost niya kay 163 per kilogram, then allow ko no nga na ay 10% for waste. So ang pagkwenta una is kung to daan ng quantity of stone required sa 10, then ang pag-solve kay dali raman may nakaimuan na, then 10 times sa thickness, then mo kanimo 1.1 meter cube, then ang weight sa stone sad kay gitime sa sad nimo sa quantity. Nako na sad akong 74.8. Then sa cost kay excuse me, ang weight sa stone kay time sa sad nimo kung pila ang cost niya sa pag-deliver deliver niya. Then ako na sa 12,192.4 pesos. Then ang pag-cutting sad kay iko arasad kung tagpila ang kanang mga pesos kay kuha na siya kanang kung tagpila. Then ang mortar kana 153 sad, so nakuha na sa 168.3. Then sa metal wall tie sad sa mga ties ni kanang mga pesos, basta ang mga pesos kay mga price na niya. Then ang pagkuha sa labor kay stone settlers setters kay tagkuha na niya akong gikuha tag-usa-usa ra ni. Ang helpers kay usara sad, then ang foreman. Then kaning sa equipment shows direct scaffolds etc. Kay nakasa na akong 12,500. Then ang total cost niya kay 56,248.07 pesos. Then since kuan man per square meter or 10 sa katong 10 square meter kay ang nakuha 5,624.81. Then ang kaning example guys kay nakuha na nako dito. So next na. Gidalian lang nato kay na sunod. So mao na to among report card.
Thank you everyone for listening. Kasi na may pangutan na.
Okay, so thank you, Masonry Group. So, Alferez, Buntuyan, Oman, Pransa, and Tangkawan. Okay, again, can you give the summary on how to get the volume of a mortar? Yan sa ganito inyong volume of a mortar.
First, kikuha nila ang number of bricks niya.
Gikuha nila ang number of bricks and then
Makuha sila volume sa mortar per 1,000 of bricks man na dato.
okay. Can I hear from the reporters?
Good afternoon, Miss. So,
Sakto ang ganito.
this is in the total bricks is the formula given by solid schools volume for bricks. Formula is length plus height times the thickness of the brick.
Sorry, Bunturian, pero dili maklaro imong gisulti. So, any reporters can relay what Buntuyan said.
Hello. Good afternoon, Ms. Maclaro na Ms.
Yes, maklaro na.
So, after getting the total number of bricks, Ms. we use the formula from the equation 15.1, which is volume per brick. So, the formula for volume per brick is equals to length plus height plus the thickness of the mortar multiplied by the thickness of the mortar and the depth of the brick. So, after getting the volume per brick, Ms. multiply lang siya sa total number of bricks to get the total volume nga magamit for the mortar for the wall, Ms.
Okay, so thank you, reporter. So, mo to ilang way of getting the volume of a mortar. Okay, so for the number of bricks, so it's just the area. Okay, so can we proceed to the next reporters, the roofing and flushing? Okay, so we have Cabahog, Patigayon, Romero, Sipalay, and Pumulak.
So, good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 7, and we will be discussing about roofing and flushing. So, before we start, Let's watch this video. So from the video, makuha na to giunsa pagporma ang roof ug unsay mga elements, materials nga dapat needed para makakomplete tag usa ka roof. So to further discuss it, we'll be tackling about roof. So what is roof? Roof is an essential component of any building structure. It serves as a protective barrier between the interior of the building and the external environment. It also provides insulation against heat and cold, which can help reduce energy costs. So, ang roof sa admosa na siya gahatag og shelter nato, di ba? So, what are the elements of the roof? So first we have the sidewall flashing. So kaning nga part makita ninyo magkita na nata. So ang sidewall flashing is a type of roof flashing that is installed on a vertical wall. So makita to vertical along the gable side of the roof. It is used to keep water from getting underneath the metal roofing panels by diverting it away from the wall. So next we have the gable trim. It is installed on the gable end of the roof, which is the triangular portion of the roof that extends from the ridge to the eave. Gable trim is used to prevent water from getting underneath the metal roofing panels by diverting it away from the wall. Next, kanina part, which is the eave drip, it or known as drip edge, is a type of flushing that is installed at the edge of a roof to prevent water from seeping into the underlying structure. So next we have the transition flushing. So kaning part. So transition flushing is a type of a roof flushing that is used when you have a roof that has two different pitches. So matanawa makita na to nga gabulag na siya, margisumpay ra ni siya nga part. So the transition trim is located where the two different pitches meet so the metal roof does not leak. So next we have the valley. So valley is also refer as an internal angle formed by the intersecting planes of a roof or by the slope of a roof and a wall. To the line or edge formed where the two sloping sides of a roof meet at the top. So next slide. Ay. types of roofing materials. So we have the solar tiles. So commonly kani siya more ni siya imo na siyang itapot sa kanang imuhang roof niya. Mao na siya mag-serve as kanang imuhang kuan og energy or mao na mag kuan as electricity sa imong balay. So next, we have the metal roofing. It is known for its durability, longevity, and energy efficiency. Mao ni siya commonly sad sa kanang mga gipangtaod sa mga kanang common ni siya sa mga balay-balay na diri sa Pinas. And then we have types of metal roofing. We have steel, mao jud yung most common diri. This is the strongest and most popular and typically less expensive option. So, mo na kong ingon, common kay barato. Then aluminum, this is lighter, softer and pricier than the steel. Aluminum comes in many of the same cells under a coat of paint aluminum. Then the copper, longest lasting and oldest and the most expensive metal for roofs. And we have the zinc with copper. Zinc is so natural, weather resistant that paint is superfluous, often alloyed with titanium for strength and extra corrosion resistance. Then we have the green roofs, roofing materials that are environmentally friendly and sustainable. So kani siya naapo ni siya dito sa kanang SMC side or sa unsa to nga nato usapod ka establishment kani adapt sad og environmental friendly nga mga roof. Then we have the slate, a type of roofing material made from natural stone that is cut into thin, flat pieces and used for roofing purposes. So we have next.
Now let's move on. Now let's move on to various types of roofing material or fasteners. First, we have here, next slide please. Hello? Thank you. First, we have here the umbrella head roofing nail. It is designed for preventing the roofing sheets from tearing off around the head of the nail, as well as it also offers artistic and decorative effect. Second, we have the galvanized nails. Mo ni siya ang pinaka-common nga gigamit nga nails. It is covered with zinc coating and as a protective barrier to avoid rust and corrosion. Next, we have the pancake head fasteners are the most commonly used fastener in standing seam roofing. These fasteners are attached to the roof deck through the appropriate roofing clip. Next slide. Next, we have the hex head fastener. It is used when attaching metal roofing panels to metal purlins in open framing concealed fasteners roofing applications. Hex head fasteners are installed through a floating clip. So next we have the exposed gasket head fasteners. In exposed fastener metal roofing systems, gasket head fasteners are the most commonly used. So when you're looking at a corrugated or other exposed fastener type of roof, gasket head ang ilahang gamiton. Next, we have the rivets or pop rivets. It is most commonly used to connect the flashing to the Z closure and are prevalent on rake and ridge flashing installation details. Next. So, what is flashing? It is installed to prevent water from passing into or through areas such as valleys and hips on roofs para dili ka nang magtulo gani ang atop so magbutang ta og flashing. Materials used for flashing include sheets of copper, tin, galvanized steel, aluminum, lead, and sometimes mop layers of roofing felt. Now let's move on to the different types of roof flashing. We have here the step flashing. widely used type of roof flashing that plays an important role in preventing water infiltration at the intersections between the roofing material mo na kung gingon nimo ganyan, for example na i-valley in your roof, butangan ninyo og step flashing para dili kay makasud ang tubig sa balay. Next, we have the continuous flushing. It is a long continuous piece of metal sheet that channels water from the wall to the shingles below. It is used at the base of a dormer or chimney walls to prevent water. Kani sa siya gibutang sa mga chimney walls or sa dormer. Next, we have the counter flashing. Is commonly used at places where the roof meets the vertical wall. So, nani siya sa makitaan sa mga kilid, dapit na sa wall, kilid nga roof nga maigo gani sa wall. So, for example, inyong balay kay na ay firewall, man ni siya ang flashing nga gamiton, ang counter flashing. Next, we have the drip edge flashing. It is used to protect the roof edges from water intrusion. It is installed along the eaves and the rakes of the roof. Next, we have here the valet flushing. The primary purpose of valet flushing is to direct water away from the valley. Mano siya, ibutang if na-valley ang roof. Next, vent pipe flushing. It is used to create a watertight barrier around the vent pipe, preventing water from entering the roof through an opening. Next, we have the skylight flushing. Kani is used, muna siya type of window nga naa sa roof. Skylight flushing is specifically designed to protect the areas around the skylight frame from water infiltration and debris accumulation. Lastly, we have the kick-out flushing. It is a particular kind of flushing that diverts water from the roof to the gutter. So, muna siya murag connector para ang tubig mapunta sa gutter. That's all for my part.
Hello, good afternoon. So in this junction, we're exploring the crucial part of construction, which is estimating different roofing material or design and its accessories, especially in galvanized iron sheets, asbestos roofing, corrugated clip look, and for asphalt shingles as a widely used in the Philippines. So knowing how to estimate this material is the key for smart planning and construction. So in this report, we'll break down so how to calculate and plan for these roofing materials as an important skill for builders and architects. So let's start with the galvanized sheet or the GI sheet. So the galvanized iron sheets are essentially steel panels that undergo a process called galvanization. So this involves coating the steel with a protective layer of zinc. So ang kaning coating, which is acts as a barrier or shielding the steel from exposure to moisture, oxygen, and other elements that will cause corrosion or rust sa sheet. The next, so these sheets are known for being a cost-effective roofing options. So they are relatively inexpensive compared to other roofing materials. Additionally, they are straightforward to install, making them a preferred choice for construction projects where budget and ease of installation are crucial factors. So despite saying being low budget, they offer the long-term durability and reliability. Then this type of sheets are also available in various grades that is denoted by designations like G40, G60, and G90. So these designations indicate the thickness of the zinc coating on the steel. So the higher the number, the thicker the zinc coating that is providing increased protection against corrosion. So for example, for G90, it offers more protection than G60 and G14, sorry. So next, so the primary purpose of galvanized iron sheets is to serve as a protective layer for the underlying steel panels. So this protective zinc layer effectively shields the steel from rust and corrosions. So even when exposed to harsh environmental conditions such as like sa atong pinas, kaning rain, humidity, and sunlight. So essentially, it prolongs the lifespan of the steel by preventing corrosions, so thereby maintaining the structural integrity of the roofing material. So next slide, please. So GI sheet is either plain and corrugated. So plain galvanized iron sheets have extensive application across various construction and metalworking tasks. So they are commonly used for roofing purposes, including residential and commercial structures. Moreover, due to their malleability and durability, they serve in the creation of gutters, flashings, downspouts, ridges, and hip roofs, and numerous other tinsmithing works. Then the standard dimension for these plain dry sheets are typically 90 centimeters by 240 centimeters or 36 inches by 8 feet. So these dimensions represent the commercially prevalent size, offering a balance between handling convenience and coverage area for a range of construction applications. The next one is the corrugated galvanized iron sheets. So this primarily used for roofing and siding. So this sheets features ridges and grooves that's providing enhanced structural strength and aiding in water runoff, making them ideal for roofing in areas prone to heavy rainfall or adverse weather conditions. So the standard commercial size for corrugated GI sheets is typically ranges from 80 centimeters by 1.5 meters to 3.6 meters or 32 inches by 5 feet to 12 feet. So these variations in length accommodate different roofing or siding needs, offering flexibility in covering various surface areas while maintaining the structural integrity imparted by the corrugated design. Next slide, please. So this table provides a comprehensive overview of galvanized iron sheets, ranging from gauge number 13, which has a thicker sheet, and to gauge number 30 with a thinner sheet. So it includes the corresponding thickness in centimeters, length in meters and feet, and the standard weight of each sheet sorry, in kilograms. So this data is crucial for construction and manufacturing, aiding in material selection and quantity estimation for various projects based on the galvanized iron sheets required gauge thickness and the weight. Next slide, please. So before making an estimate of corrugated GI roofing sheets, so the following important data should be considered first. First, verify the specifications for side lapping and end lapping. So if we have 1 and 1/2 corrugation, let's use 0.7 meter effective width covering. For 2 and 1/2 corrugation, use 0.6 meter effective width covering. For end lapping, the standard joint, use from 25 to 30 centimeter. So the length of GI sheet is proportionally adjusted by the spacing of purlins. So let's refer it to the table 6.2. So for example, if we have 1.5 meter or 5 feet, the spacing of purlins must be 0.6 meter. So 3, a good roofing designs are those that minimizes the end lapping. Always specify longer length of roofing sheet for economical reasons. Next slide, please. So here's the procedures in estimating GI roof sheets and its accessories. First, let's determine the number of sheets per row. So number of sheets row is just length of purlins along the gutter line by effective width covering or the side lapping. Then 2, determine the total length of rafters. So total length of rafters is just equal to the length of rafter plus the 25 to 30 centimeter end lapping. 3, determine the combination of roofing sheets. Let's refer it to the table 6.2. Then 4, find the number of order by the result in step 1 or step 2. Next slide. So 5, find the number of rivets or nails for total sheets. So number of sheets just times the number of nails or rivet per sheet that is found in table 6.2. So take note that number of plain anchor and the number of lead washer is just equals to number of rivets. And the number of GI washer is just twice the number of rivets. So after that, let's convert it into kilograms and refer to table 6.3. So weight of accessories equals total number of rivet divided by the number of pieces per kilogram. Next slide. So lastly, a joke. So solve the number of plain GI sheets required for anchor strap with the aid of table 6.4. So number of plain GI sheet is equals to total number of rivet all over number of strap in one plain sheet. So money on table 6.4, the size and the quantity of straps in one plain GI sheet. So if you have a size of purlins, 2 by 3 inches, so the number of strap in one plain is just 384. Next. So let's move on to the tinsmithing work. So roof needs a gutter. So it a trough along the eaves of a roof to catch and carry off rainwater. Then flashing. Roof flashing is a thin, water-resistant material, usually metal that ducts water at joints and points of vulnerability on a roof. Then ridge. The ridge of a roof is the highest point where two opposing roof planes meet. Next slide, please. Then hip. Hip roof is the external angle or the point where the two sloping sides of a roof meet. Then valley rule. 1 and 2 roof pieces meet at a slope to form an interior angle. So the main purpose of roof valleys is to allow water to flow down your roof properly. Next. So for estimating this tinsmithing work, here's the procedure. First, let's determine the total length of the gutter in meter. Second, divide this length by 2.35 meter to find the number of gutter required. Kaning 2.35 meter is the effective length of one gutter. So 3, find the total width of one gutter. See in the detailed plan for your example. So next, divide 0.9 meter or 36 inches width of one plain GI sheets by the results of step 3 to find out how many gutter could be made out from one plain GI sheet. So the fractional value of our extra cut will be reserved for other smaller parts. Then 5, divide the result of step 2 by the result of step 4. So the result is the required number of GI sheets. Next slide. So this table, mana itong reference for roof accessories. Per gutter, ang effective length is 2.35 and so on. For corrugated plastic roof sheet, so ano na mag-refer sa kaning table. The next slide, please. So let's move on for this example. So the example presented here showcases a specific projects that involving roofing materials using the galvanized iron sheets. So this project is the part of Davidson Builders Incorporation as the contractor, and it is titled One Story, 3 Classroom with 7 by 9 meters modified. So in each room, yung dimension is 7 by 9. So with the Department of Education as the owner. So as you can see on the screen, one yung perspective view. We have here the front elevation, the back, and the right and the left elevation. So let's move on to the calculation. So first, we need to determine the number of sheets needed for this project. So, indicate there is a project na it use a gauge number of 26. So, to determine the number of sheets per row, let's refer for the second picture. If makita na to horizontally, so na siya a length of 2.7 plus the 0.4 in each side kanin sa right ug sa left, which is 0.4. So adding that, we get a total length of 27.8. For the side lapping, we use 2 1/2 corrugations, which is 0.6 ang iyang effective width covering. So i-divide na tong duha So we get 46.33, say 47 pieces per sheet. Then next, let's determine the total length of rafters. So based on the picture sa first picture, sa yung left side, ang length sa yung rafter is just 5.4 5.429 meter. Then yung end lapping, di ba, 25 to 30 man to, no? So we use 30 centimeter lang. So to the total length of rafters is equals to 5.729 meter. So after that, na nakay land sa rafter, so ari na ta next sa yahang combination sa sheets. So based aning nga table, we use the combination of 2.4 meter and 3.6 meter. So which is equal to 6 meter. Then, di ba, atong total length of rafter is just 5.729 meters. So, na siya gamay nga exist nga 0.2 something. So, kani everyone, we can use any of this type of combination as long as di siya ma-shorten. As long as sad nga kanang gamay ra iyang exist, di ba? So next, ari na sa ta sa iyang left side nga calculation. Next slide please. So to determine the total length of rafters in the right side, na makita na to atong ganiha. So the length of rafter is 5 meter. So the end lapping is 30 centimeters. So adding that, we get 5.3 meter. So sa ari na combination, we use 2.4 meter and 3 meter, which is 5.4. So natay exist nga 0.1, which is good. Then lastly, let's find the number of order by the result in step 1 of step 2. So in the left side, 47 pieces per sheet for 0.8 meter by 2.4 corrugated GI sheet. Then sa katong usa nga combination which is 3.6, basta na siya needs at 47. For the right side, 47 kabuok nga tag 2.4. Then 47 also for 3 meters. So note that the gauge number we use is 26. So iyahang thickness ani nga roofing material, the GI sheet is 0.056 centimeter thickness. And now let's move on for the GI rivets. So in order to find the number of rivets or nails for total sheet, let's just apply this formula. For the left side, since we need, since our combination is 2.4, so based on the table, the 2.4 need number of nails per rivets per sheet is 18. So multiply lang nato na siya. So we get 846 pieces and so on sa uban nga combination. So i-add ni natong upat ka buok, we get a total number of rivets equals 3,948 pieces. Next slide. So nanaman tayo total number of rivets. Let's convert it to kilograms. So based on this table, number of pieces per kilogram sa rivets is 180. So we get weight of the rivets is 22 kilogram. Then for GI washer, 3,948 pieces times 2. So we get divided by 126 pieces per kilogram, we get 63 kilogram. For the lead washer, same as joke, is 3,948 pieces divided by the number of pieces per kilogram, which is 75. So we get a 53 kilogram weight for lead washer. So next, for the plain GI strap, so it mentioned sa detailed plan nga ang C-purlin kay it has a size of 50 by 100 millimeter or 2 by 4 inches. So the number of strap is equal to number of pivot. So number of strap kay 3,948 pieces. So to solve the number of plain GI sheet that is required for the anchor strap, let's divide it for 342, which is makita nato sa table, 342. So we get the number of plain GI sheets equals 12 pieces per plain GI sheet of 0.9 meter by 2.4 meter. So kaning 0.9 by 2.4 meter, mana na yung standard size sa usa ka plain GI sheet. So for the common wire nails for the anchor. So in one anchor, so it needs 3 nails per strap. So 3,948 pieces times 3 nails per strap, we get 11,844 pieces of 32 mm common wire nail. So we take note diri nga 1 kilo of 4 diameter 32 millimeter of common wire nail is approximately 695 pieces per kilogram. So to convert 8 kilogram, so we get a common wire nail of 17 kilogram per diameter by 32 millimeters. Next slide, please. So we're done for roofing materials. Next, ari na sa ta sa iyang tensmithing work, which is ang gutter, flashing, o katong ridge rule. So for the gutter, find the total length of the gutter. So the total length of the project is 27.8. So times 2 from the front and the back elevation. So we get 55.6 meter. So next, divide the total length of the gutter by its effective length. So it mentioned ganiha nga ang effective length sa gutter is 2.35 meter. So we get number of gutter required equals 24 pieces. So next, let's find the total width of the gutter. So based in the picture, ang iyang gutter length is 50 centimeters, so 0.5 meter. So next one, divide the 0.9 meter by the result of step 3 to find how many gutters could be made out from one plain GI sheet. So we get 0.9 divided by 0.5. So 1.8 say 2 pieces. So 2 pieces of gutter per plain GI sheet. Then 5, divide the result of step 2 by the result of step 4 to determine the number of plain GI sheet required. So 24 pieces, muna ang number of gutter required. I-divide na to sa 2 pieces, which is the number of gutter per plain GI sheet. So we get 12 pieces per plain GI sheet at 0.9 meter by 2.4 meter. So next one, arin sa task ayahang flashing. So ang ma-apply ani nga flashing sa kaning plan is arira sa yung edge, so yung right o sa left elevation o side niya. So find the total length of the flashing. So the total length is just 5.429 meter times 2 plus yung right side na 5 meter times 2. So we get a total length of 20.86 meter. Next, let's divide the total length of the flashing by its effective length. So, yung effective length is just 2.3 meter. So, we need number of flashing required of 9 pieces. Next, yung total width sa flashing. So, kung makita niyo sa picture, i-add na natin ang 23, 5, 2, o 15 centimeter. We get a total width of 0.45 meter. Then same so gutter nga sa step 4 of 5. So number of flashing 0.9, divide that to sa 0.45, we get 2. So 2 pieces. Then so on. So number of plain GI sheet required for this flashing, we need 5 pieces per plain GI sheet for 0.9 meter by 2.4 meter. Next slide, please. So lastly, ang iyang ridge rule. So di man ta ka-apply og bali kay makita nato sa plan nga gable roof siya nga design. So wa siya bali or something. So ridge rule, ang find the total length of the ridge rule. So total length niya is just 27.8 meter. So divide the total length of the ridge rule by its effective length. We get the number of ridge rule required 13 pieces. So yung total width sa ridge rule is 60 centimeters, so 0.6 meter. Then the number of ridge rule per plain GI sheet is 1.5 pieces. Then 5, the number plane of GI sheet required for this ridge rule is 9 pieces per plain GI sheet, or 0.9 meter by 2.4. So this, lastly, mo na niya iyahang summary of order. For corrugated GI sheet, for the left side, mo na to siya. Kung i-adsam na to ang iyahang similar nga length, which is kaning sa 2.4 o sa 2.4 sa right side. So we get 94 pieces per sheet for 0.8 meter by 2.4 and corrugated GI sheet that is already painted na. Then same goes sa kaning 3.6 long meter sa left o kaning 3 meters sa right side. So for the accessories, rivets, we need 22 kilogram, GI washer, 63 kilogram, then lead washer, 53 kilogram, and common wire nail, 17 kilogram nga, for diameter of 32 millimeter. For plain GI sheet, ato lang ni-add ang per strap, per gutter, flashing, and radial, kay same naman. So we get 12 plus 12 plus 5 plus 9. We get a total of 38 pieces per sheet for 0.9 meter by 2.4 meter plain GI sheet that is already painted. So the next is for asbestos roofing.
Asbestos roofing. Asbestos roofing refers to roofing materials that contain asbestos fibers. These roofing materials were prevalent in the past, primarily between 1930s and 1970s, before the health risks associated with asbestos became widely known. Asbestos roofing typically comes in the form of corrugated sheets or shingles used for residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. Paspasan lang tali, alapos na times ha. So different kinds of asbestos roofing na din unom kabuok. Ang first one is the standard corrugated sheets. Second one is the 4V corrugated sheets. Third one is the placa romana. Next, the fourth one is the Ardex. Next slide, please. Fourth one is the Ardex lightweight corrugated sheet. The fifth one is the 10-core corrugated sheets. The last but not the least is the canaletas. The next slide, please. Procedures in estimating asbestos roofing. First, the number of corrugated asbestos roofing is determined by dividing the gutter length by the effective width covering of one sheet. Second one is in finding the number of flashing, gutter, ridge, hip, and valley roll. Divide the total length by the effective length of the accessories. Third, the other parts such as ridge and cup, apron flashing, gutter corner, downspout, and fittings are determined by the direct counting. They are already made according to the factory standard sizes. Next one. Next slide, please. This is the technical data for estimating asbestos roofing. So, ang kaninga length nga 1.2 by 3 meters, mo din siya ang sa standard corrugated nga asbestos. So, imagine na lang kung magbutang na kaani dito sa imong atop, imagine na lang nga naa sa x-axis nimo mao ni ang 1.2 pa-vertical siya. So, ang imuhang y-axis mao ni ang 3 meters. So, naa di tayo gitawag nga end lapping. Kaning end lapping, nani siya duha ka values. Kung magdiferensya ni siya depende sa imong degrees. So akong gi-standard diri sa imong example is 30 degrees. So naata diri kani atong gamiton nga end lapping aning 0.15 meters kay above 20 degrees man siya. Kaning end lapping di ay sa each ni nga kuan di ba nam kay 1.2 meters. So each ana niya naman kay interlapping sa next na sad nga asbestos na sheet. So dili na to nimo magamit mahug ang length. Yeah, siya. So ang effective width sa isa ka kuan, isa ka sheet nimo imbis 1.2 kay 0.835 meters na lang tungod sa mga lappings. Then sa ridge roll effective length kay same ra gyapon 0.838 meters. The gutter effective length of 2.336 meters. Then outside flushing is 2.286 meters. Then sa hip roll na sad kay 1.676 meters. Then kuan na siya kanang ato na siya gamit kay ni siya abot na dito sa estimation. Kani atong basihan na lang para lahos-lahos na ta din na ta mag-solve sa pila ka buok atong gimaynos sa each na sheet. So ang makuha na to nga total area baron or total length sa ato ang butanganan sa sheet kay divide na lang nato og kaning effective width. Dili na ta mag-minus ato ang pila to kalaping. So next slide please. Mao sa niya technical data sa katong corrugated sheet nga isa. Then lahos-lahos na lang ko ni. Same ra gyapon paagi. So next slide. Canaletas, mao sa gyapon technical data sa Placa Romana, technical data niya. Same ra gyapon paagi sa Tencor, mao gyapon ni sa Ardex corrugated sheet, mao gyapon. Then let's proceed na diri sa amo ang example 2. Gable roof design di gyapon ni siya. Same gyapon sa nag-una maguro. Unya kani siya gigamitan lang ni asbestos nga corrugated sheet katong standard. So mo ni ang naong sa roof plan nga top view niya ato ang isometric para ma-imagine naton sa ginawang sa iyang roof niya roof framing na diri makita nato ang rafters nato og purlins niya mga ridges og flashings nato tanan. Then next slide please. So mo na ni ang detailed estimate. So mag-una tag solve, wala na lang din ako gi-solve kung kuan. Sorry kay sa mga ero wala na lang ako gi-solve kung unsay mga length or unsay mga noun sa mga rafters o sa trusses ani. Gilahos na lang ako ang purlins ra ako ang gi-specify diri pinagkuha gyapon ko og sukod sa rafters para makuha nako ang spacing sa purlins. So mo ni number 1, determine the total length of rafters. So ang length nato ga kuan ra ta so katuwan na lang ta. So ang rafters nato na determine nato nga 4.62 meters. Then as the designer nag-spacing ko og 5 meters spacing sa each nga rafter. So number 2, ma-determine na nato ang spacing sa tong purlins. So ang spacing sa purlins nato ani kay 4.62 divide nato og number of purlins So ang rafters atong length sa rafters 4.62 divide nato sa atong spacing kanang banabana so 0.6 meters nga spacing sa purlins. So ang number of purlins nato plus 1 sa katong nakuha kato. So number of purlins na nakuha nato is 9 pieces. The effective length kay 0.58 pero sa last na lang nagamayon. So mo to 9 pieces ato ang purlins. Ni atong purlins na gigamit ani kay duha atong gi-decidean. So karon gikuha na to ang total length nga total length sa atong tanan nga purlins kay natay 9 pieces nga each nga section, di ba? Tanawan na yung picture na section A, di na siguro kayo maklaro. I-zoom lang ninyo. So mga sa section A, isa na sa ka set sa purlins, 9 na sa kabuok. Then nasa sa section B, 9 na sa kabuok. 8 na lang di ay kay same ra sila sa ridge, same ra isa ra gamiton na purlins, isa ra ka counted. So mo to i-determine nimo ang length ana. Ang na-determine sa section A, total length niya kay 108 meters. Then sa section B kay 62 meters. Then karon kaning section A o section B, isa ra ni siya ka set sa roof nato napabi atay pa vertical nga roof. Dalawa ang sa roof plan. So i-times 2 tana each kay kuan ra ni ako ra ni symmetric. So mo to na natay total length sa section A nga 108, di ba? So times 2 pa jud na. Karon sa purlins nato nga length total length sa atong purlins 108 plus 62 is equals to 170 meters. Duha ka set, so 340 meters ang total length sa atong purlins. Then natay duha ka purlins nga gi-consider. Una nga purlins kay 7 meters nga length. Darang specification 2 inches by 6 inches by 1.15 thickness by 7 meters nga length. So kung kana atong gamiton, ma-determine nato nga 51 pieces atong gamiton nga zipper lens. Then kung kaning standard size nga 2 inches by 6 inches by 1.15 thickness by 6 meters nga length, ma-determine nato nga 60 pieces ato ang magamit. So kanina lang siguro ang 7 meters atong gamiton. So number 3, determine the length and total number of standard length gutters. So natas gutter. Ang magamit na to gutter ani kay gable design man ni siya. So ang kilid ra wala ilabot ang sa front view nimo kay wala na gutter dira. So ang magamit na to effective length na to ani is duha ka 14, duha na sad ka 6. So ang total length na to ani is 40 meters. So ang sa 40 meters, i-divide na to og katong effective length sa tong gutter nga 2.336. Makuha na tong pieces ana. So nakuha na to nga 18 pieces sa tong standard length nga magamit sa gutter. Number 4, determine the total number of asbestos sheets. So sa sheets na ta. So karon give a section tani. So natay section A na sa to. So sa section A, balik 2 rows na kuan ra to atong gamiton ana, 2 rows na asbestos sheets. Ma-determine nimo nga naa kay 31 pieces each na section niya. Duha man ka section A, dala sa vertical. So na times 2, so 62.07, so 63 pieces of atong sheet, 63 pieces of sheets. So section B, mao gyapon na determine na to 43 pieces of nga sheets. Then karon determine the total length and number of standard length flashing. So ang flashing sa akong kuan ani kay ang diri sa gutter nga side kasabot. So ang total length ani niya kay 18.48. Ay, wait sa 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sakto lagi. So, mo to kay 4 times 4.62 meters. So, after length, sakto. So, ang total, ang atong effective length na to kay 18.48. Naman tayo effective length sa ato ang flashing na 2.286. So, makuha na to ang pieces, which is 9 pieces. Standard length. So next slide please. So muna ang last na slide. Determine the length number and number of standard length with rows. Ano sa tagda ang picture na sa number 9 ang magamit. So muna siya total length. So 20 meters. Anya. Ang gamit din kapon rin ang picture. Oh, sakto. Plus V, sakto rin. Sa valley, sakto. So, morning, nakuha na yun, 32 pieces, standard length, magamit na to sa ridge rolls. Number 7, determine the total length and number of standard length fascia. So, that, sa fascia na to, natay fascia board. Fascia board, akong pasabot aning number 7. Alam sa fascia cover, muna yung number 8. At ang gigamit sa fascia board is fiber cement board. Ang standard length, 0.5 inch by 12 inch by 2.4 meters na length. So, ang total length na itong magamit, total length sa ito ang plano sa fascia kay muna 2 times 14 plus 2 times 6 plus 4 times 4.62. Ang total length na ito kay 58.48 meters. So, natay length sa ito ang fiberboard na 2.4 man. So, i-divide na ito 2.4 itong nakuha ang effective length. Nakuha tag 25 pieces na katong fiberboard o fiber cement board na length kato. So 25 pieces ato. So ari nasa ta sa fascia cover. Fascia cover na to kay nasa tay standard length nga 2.3 meters. Unya mo to, naagihapon tayo katong yapong 58 atong gamiton 58.48. Divide na to sa yang standard length so makuha na to ang fascia cover na to kay 26 pieces. Number 9, determine the total length and number standard length of valley. So isa ra na tong valley ani ganira yung intersection nila. Kaya sa pikas kay hip naman na or matawag na tong ridge. So mo to kay ang sukod ana niya kay 6.532 meters. So i-divide na to og effective length sa tong gamiton nga flashings katong pong 0.838. Makuha na to nga standard length pieces kay 8 pieces. So karon ari na to sa connectors which is ang nails o ang rivets. So giduha na ko ni. So ang i-consider na to sa each nga asbestos sheet kay magbutang tag 8 kabok nails or rivets. Then gi-consider sa nato sa fascia, sa duha ka fascia sa board ug sa cover nya sa valley sad ug sa ridge kay sa 16 pieces nails each para likon jud nya natay total numbers of asbestos sheets katong 63 sa duha ka section A niya 43 sa duha ka section B ang total nato nga sheets kay 106 ka sheets niya total connectors per sheet kay 106 sheets man ta niya natay 8 ka nails so kay bawat pila ka book nails magamit sa tanan so 848 nails niya total connectors at sa fascia kay katong 25 pieces plus 26 pieces times 16 ka nails is equals to 816 nails. Then sa valleys na sad kay 8 pieces times 16 nails is equals to 48 nails. Then total connector sa ridge kay 32 pieces ang ridge na itong magamit. Then 16 pieces nga nails connectors is equals to 512 pieces. So karon ma-determine na to pila na ka kilo atong paliton ana nga lansang kay natay total nga pieces man. Total nga pieces na to is 2,224 pieces man na connectors. So natay graphs out table sa dana. Kung pila ka number of pieces per kilogram. Igpalit nimo isang kilo na kay 120 ka roof nails balon ingana. So ang kaning kung roof nails imong gamiton, ang total pieces i-divide nimo og 120 so nakuha na mo ang 18.5 kilo. So igpalit nimo ana magpalit na lang kag 18 and 3/4 kilogram. Then sa rivet side kay 180 pieces man sad so i-divide nimo og 180 makuha nimo ang 12.35 kilos or let's say 12 and a half kilos imong paliton. So karon last determine the total of number of sagrads kay ang gigamit nato nga purlins kay kuan man nga kay si purlins nga putaw man so magbutang tag sagrads. Yeah, note dere ang gamiton nato nga round bars kay 12 mm diameter, R12 mo na siya, nya 6 meters ang length. Then nya na may 14 ka effective areas between rafters so spacing sa each nga rafter ba. So na 14 ka booking ana. So magbutang makagisa ka sagrad ana each nga spacing between sa rafters. So na 14 ka booking ana. So imong magamit nga sagrads kay 14 pieces ka R12 na 12 mm diameter at 6 length. Mga to siya. Thank you. Next na ta.
Band clip look asa to. So it is a type of steel roofing or walling that uses a concealed fixing system to provide supreme water tightness. So mo ni siya ang mga table para inyong basihan sa pag-solve. And then so example this kaning skill yun roof design atong i-calculate. So palihog kog screenshot ani kay needed man ni ang roof plan later ug ang roof framing. So mana okay go. So first ito buhatan kay determine ang total length of the rafter. So ang 5 meter so there's ito sa left side na siya 5 meter niya mag-add man ta og 10% nga 10 to 15% nga waste factor. So 5 plus 0.10 makakuha tag 5.10. Next right side the side. So naman tayo 6 meter add na po tag 0.10 so nahimong 6.10. And then next ito buhatan kay mag-determine ta sa numbers of sheets per row. So this amin gikan ang 9. So balik ito ang ato ang kuan roof plan. So natay 4.50 o 5.50. So di ba gatapot man diha sila sa 0.50. So ato ang total length ana diha kay 9. So wait, ano man ni? 9. So kanang duha ka one nga gi-add mao na siya ang standard nga kanang iyang kuan. Standard nga ibutang kanang iyang gap. So we have 11. So side lapping. So this ay nagikan ng 0.427. I-zoom palihog na inyong table. So diha taga base sa table nga naa siya overall width nga 0.427 minus nato sa effective width coverage. So natay 0.21. So ang formula nato sa pagkuha sa sheets kay we have ang length of the roof i-divide nimo siya sa side lapping. So makakuha ta og 53 pieces. So next na po nato buhatan. Find the number of order sa ato ang sheet. So natay 53 kabuok sheet para sa left side nga 0.427 by 5.10 by 0.6 mm thick. So sa right side sad 53, maurag hapon na siya. And then next we have the thick screw. So sa pag-determine nato sa thick screw, we have the total length linear meter of the roof. So sa length sa imong rafter 5.10 times 53 pieces. So makuha ta og 270.3 meter. Nya katong imuhang 6.10 nga na-calculate ganiha, nya multiplyan gyapon nimo 53, so na siya 323.3. So atong i-add na ato ang left side ug right side, ma-total na to 593.6 meter per pieces. So to determine the total number of our thick screw, so ang formula na nato kay linear meter of the roof over the spacing of the four lengths times 3.5. So atong na-calculate na total linear kay 593.6. Atong spacing kay kuan, atong ang spacing nga gikuan ato sa designer kay 750 mm center to center. So mo na siya. So i-divide na to times 3.5, makakuha tag 2,770.13 or let's say 2,800 pieces. So atong i-convert ang ato ang nakuha nga thick screw kay di ba sa pagpalit na to kinahanglan man to kilogram. So ang formula ra na number of thick screw over the number of pieces per kilogram. So atong weight sa kuan kaysa sakto. Na tayo pura dahil 2,770 pieces divided by 1,000 pieces per kilogram. So 2.77 say 3 kilogram. So kaning number of thick screw ay 2,800 na say per day, sorry. Then next we have to find the gutter. So sa gutter we have the total length nga 11 meter times 2, di ba? Side by side man. So, 2 meters. So, makakuha tag 22. So, next na to, para makuha na to ang number of gutter required, kaya length sa atong gutter, i-divide na to siya sa effective length. Tanawa, pila effective length sa imuhang gutter gikan sa table. Kuan, di ba? 2.35. So, 22 divided by 2.35, makakuha ta og 9.36 or let's say 10 pieces. So next, we have the total width of our gutter. So atong total width, tanawa ang picture kanin diri. Gutter, we have 50 cm. So convert into meter, so 0.50 meter. So para makuha na ang number of gutter per plain GI sheet, so di ba naman to ang procedure nga kinahanglan ang 0.90 divide nimo siya sa imuhang total width. So, makuha na to 1.8 or let's say 2 pieces. So, next, maugya pa ng buhatan nimo. Ang nasa step 2, i-divide mo siya sa ato nakuha sa step 2 kaya number of gutter na to kay 10 pieces, di ba? So, i-divide na to siya sa ato ang number of gutter per plain GI sheet. So, we have 5 pieces nga makuha. 5 pieces of 0.9 times 2.4. So, next, we will be calculating for the flashing. So, the first step, find the total length of our flashing. So, 5 meters times 2 plus, di ba? 6 times 2 plus 11, niya ka ng 2 plus 9. So, makakuha tag total length nga 44 meter. So, next, para makuha ang number of flashing required, need na to ang length of the flashing. So, which is 44. I-divide na to siya sa effective length na tanawa sa table nga ang effective length gibutang diha is 2.3. So, makuha na to 19.13 or let's say 20 pieces. So, next we have find the total width of flashing. So, ato ang total width kay 0.23. Tanawa ning kanimuhang nasa kilid kaning doon sa roof plan nga isometric kanang flashing diha nga figure. So 0.23 convert na nato siya into meter. So 0.23 plus sa 0.05 and then 0.02 plus 0.15. So nakakuha tag total width nga 0.45. So next step, same process gihapon, ang 0.90 i-divide nato siya sa total width nga na-calculate nato ganiha, which is 0.45. So makakuha tag 2 pieces nga flashing per plain GI sheet. Then after ana, magkuha na ta sa number plane of GI sheet required. So kuan 20 pieces, di ba? Nakuha na to gikan aning number of flashing required, 20 pieces. I-divide na to siya sa number of flashing per plain GI sheet. So makakuha tag 10 pieces, 0.90 by 2.40 meter. So, to sum it up. So, ang iyang left side, kay na 53 pieces, anya nga 0.427 by 5.529 meter by 0.6 mm. So, 53, 53, lahi-lahi na sila og kuan. Then next, we have the accessories nga 3 kilogram nga thick screw nga plain GI sheet sa gutter kay 5 pieces nga for flashing 10 pieces. So i-add na nato makakuha tag 15 pieces per sheet sa 0.9 by 2.4 plain GI sheet painted. Next, we have the asphalt shingles. Kani siya nga type sa roof is commonly used sa North America kay barato and then easy ra i-install. Then we have, next slide please. So we have here the different types of asphalt shingles. First, we have the strip shingles, or also known as the three-tub shingles. They are made from a single layer of asphalt and have a very flat appearance. Next, we have a dimensional shingles, also known as the architectural or laminate shingles. These products are manufactured with 2 or more layers of asphalt. Yeah. Next is the luxury shingles, the highest quality laminated shingles available, offering a differentiated appearance or functionality. Next slide, please. So here is the procedure in estimating an asphalt shingles roofing and its accessories. First, we need to find the square footage of the roof. Then determine the number of squares. So number of squares is equal to total squares foot of the roof over the 100 square foot in English, and in SI unit, number of squares is equal to total square meter of the roof divided by 9.29 square meter. Next, we have to determine the bundles of shingles needed to cover the roof and account for waste. We need to add 10% or 15% to the shingle estimate. Depende na siya. For example, if inyong roof kay nagi siya daghan nga valley o hip kay 15% nga waste ang i-add niya. If simple ra nga roofing kay 10% na siya. And next, we need to determine the number of rolls of underlayment needed, and then measure the drip edge and then estimate the roofing nails needed. Next slide. Here is the example for asphalt shingles. We have here a hip roof design. Project title, one-story residential house. Contractor is yours truly, Davidson Builders Incorporated. Here is the roof plan. We have here the isometric para makita nato kung unsa siya nga roof. And then the roof framing plan. Next slide. Next, we have here mga sections sa sides ay sa mga different sides sa roof. Sa section A kay trapezoidal man siya, pagkuha sa iyang area kay base 1 plus base 2 over 2 times height, we have here 14 times plus 6 over 2 times 4 is equal to 40 square meter. Sa section 2 kay 10.77 times 4.77 divided by 2, we have here the 24 square meter. And section C, kay triangle, 1/2 base times height, or 1/2 times 8 times 4 is equal to 16 square meter. Since duha man per section ang symmetrical raman ang mga sections, ako ra siya times 2 para makuha ang total area. So 2 times section A plus 2 times section B plus 2 times section C, we have here a 160 square meter. So di ba ang pagkuha sa number of squares kay number of squares total area divided by 9.29 square meter. We have here 160 divided by 9.29. Natay 17.22 squares. Times na to siya og 3 since 3 tabs shingle man atong gigamit. So 3 times 17.22, we have 51.67 bundles na ang account for waste. Since complicated man ang atong type of roof, 8 times na to siya of 15%. So we have here a 60 bundles or 20 squares. Next, we need to solve for the nails or the galvanized nails. So total number of nails is equals to total number of squares times 0.453592 kilograms per square. So 19.80 squares times 0.453592 kilogram per square, we need a 9 kilograms of galvanized nails. Next is for the underlayment. Underlayment is equal to total number of squares divided by 4. So 19.80 divided by 4, need taog 5 rolls. So sa drip edge, so perimeter, need ta magkuha sa perimeter sa ato ang roof. So 14 times 3 plus 8 plus 6 is equal to 56 meters. So ang pagkuha sa drip edge kay perimeter divided by 3.04 meter per piece. So 56 divided by 3.04 need taog 19 pieces para sa yang drip edge. Next, we have here the hip and ridge. So total length is equal to 5.66 times 4 plus 2 times 6. Natay total length nga 35 meters. So hip and ridge total length divided by 10.668 meter per bundle. So 35 divided by 10.668. We need 4 bundles para sa ato ang hip and ridge. Next slide. So mag-solve ta para sa gutter. Atong gamiton para dahil sa gutter kay GI sheet. So find the total length of the gutter. Ang total length sa atong gutter kay 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 8 plus 6. So balimor ni siya ang perimeter na to ganito. So, ang total length is 56 meters. Divide the total length of the gutter by its effective length. So makita na to diri item gutter yang effective length in meters kay 2.35. So needs ta makuha siyang ang total length atong i-divide og 2.35. So 56 divided by 2.35 is 23.83, say 24 pieces of GI sheet. Ang total width sa atong gutter kay 0.50 meters. So divide 0.90 meters by the result of kaning sa step 3 to find how many gutters could be made out of plain GI sheet. So 0.90 meters divided by 0.50 meters, 1.8, say we need 2 pieces of GI sheet para sa ito ang number para sa gutter. So divide the result of step 2 by the result of step 4. So 24 divided by 2 is 12. So 12 pieces of plain GI sheet. Next is the flashing. Find the total length of the flashing. So namtay 4 ka side. So 4 times 4.62, which is the height na 4.62. So ang total length na need natay sa itong flashing kay 18.48. Divide the total length of the flashing by its effective length. Nasa pikas sa item
na ay flashing, ang effective length in meters kay 2.30. So, ang 18.48 divide na og 2.30, natay 8.03 say 8 pieces of flashing required. Yeah, find the total width of flashing. 0.23 plus 0.05 plus 0.02 plus 0.15 need not a total width of 0.45 meters. So divide 0.90 meters by the result of step 3. So not a 0.90 divided by 0.45, 2 pieces. Number of flashing per plane dry sheet kay 2 pieces. So divide the result of step 2 by the result of step 4. So 8 pieces divided by 2 pieces made of 4 pieces of plain GI sheet with a dimension 0.90 meter by 2.40 meters. Next. Next slide, please. So we have here the summary of orders. Asphalt shingles need taog 64 bundles of shingles na ang iyang dimension kay 3.048 by 3.048 o 5 rolls of number 15 underlayment. Sa accessories, sa galvanized nails kay 9 kilograms. Sa gutter, kita og 12 pieces sa plain GI sheet, ang dimension kay 0.90 meter by 2.40 meter. Sa flashing kay 4 pieces of plain GI sheet na 0.90 meter by 2.40 meter. So, ang total na need nato sa plain GI sheet with a dimension of 0.90 by 2.40 meter kay 16 pieces. So, more to siya ang among record, guys.
Okay, thank you. Oh, so excited na ang last group. Okay, so last group, finishing works. Okay, so can you proceed? Finishing. Okay, finishing group, can you start?
Good afternoon, Miss. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Miss. So, greetings, my fellow future engineers and to our lovely advisor. I am Justin Butilia from the Gem Builders, where precision meets elegance in every finish. So today we will embark on a journey into the realm of building design's final flourish, the magical world of finishing works. But before we dive into that, we prepared a special game for you. My teammate, Ms. De La Serna, will expound on the mechanics of the game.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I am Jean Christine de la Serna from GM Builders. And before we start our report, nalang mi gamay nga duwa para sa inyo ha kay murag giduka na jud ang mga tao sa mga balay no. So I hope na mo participate ang tanan. So ang mechanic sa game kay I think kay bawo na mo ani tanan. Ang mechanic sa game kay we have a picture nga gi-zoom and we want you to guess the picture. And this game is related ra sa among topic. And for the clue, the answer, amo siyang gibutang lasad sa slide. And we have given pila siya ka letters at unsa ang iyang first letter sa answer. So, if ready na ang tanan, please react, send likes or reactions. So, okay. Okay, that's nice. So let's start with the first picture. Next slide, please. Okay, the next picture, first picture is starts with letter T and have five letters. Oh, that tiles. Okay, very good. Sakto ang mga answer, everyone. So, okay, that's tiles. Next slide, please. Let's have the next picture. Okay, the next picture. Floor. Okay, sakto si Kabahog. Wrong spelling ang floor ni Tulod. Okay. Plus points. Plus points daw, ma'am. Next slide, next picture. Okay, next picture. Okay, finishing. Floor, finishes, finish. Okay, sakto si. Next, okay, sakto si Tulod, finishing. Next picture. Okay, the next one. Nag-answer of paint, nag-answer of painting, powder, paint. Papay nakasakto, guys. Painting, wag hapon. Painted. Wala dyan nakasakto. Okay, may nakasakto. So, naray almost. Pero, okay, let's have the answer. Painter. Okay, answer is painter. Nine answer of painted. The answer is painter. Okay, let's have the next picture. Okay, this one. Okay, paint. Okay, nakasakto, paint. Okay. So, these pictures are related to our topic today. Hope minaw tang tanan and last naman nga group. So, let's enjoy the last group, guys. Okay, next.
So thank you, Ms. De La Serna. So I hope nga na-energize namang tanan. So as you can see from the slide, what is finishes? So pwede ba maka-comment mo kung unsa jud ang finishes? So based sa katong games, unsa man jud na ang finishes? So silent ang mga persons. Well, so imagine if buildings were stories, finishing works would be the spellbinding conclusion, the aha moment that transforms spaces into vibrant, living narratives. So fasten your seatbelts as we unravel the mysteries and unveil the wonders of finishes, and turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. Next, please. So we have finishes. So at its core, finishing works refer to the decorative surface treatments applied to the interior and exterior of buildings. Their primary purpose is to enhance the visual appeal, creating spaces that not only functional but also aesthetically pleasing. So these finishes serve multiple functions. First and foremost, they contribute to the overall decorative surface of buildings, providing suitable and pleasing environments for various activities and functions. But the role of finishes extends beyond aesthetics. They're also essential for the other practical functions, such as sound insulation, thermal insulation, and fire resistance. These considerations ensure that a building not only looks good, but also meets necessary safety and comfort standards. Now, next, please. So we have the main building components finishes that are frequently used by building contractors rather. So we have the floor finishes, wall finishes, and ceiling finishes. Next. So we have the floor finishes. So surface materials are or treatments for floors combining aesthetics and functionality. So they are crucial for both functional and aesthetic reasons. They not only enhance the overall look of a space, but also provide durability, supporting specific activities. So for instance, the kitchen may require finishes that are easy to clean. Next slide, please. So moving on to the wall finishes. These are key contributors to visual appeal. They reflect the purpose and function of a space, creating a backdrop that sets the tone, the right wall finish, and can transform a room and contribute to the overall atmosphere. So we have an example ng paint, wallpaper, wood, paneling, tile, stone, and veneer. So those types will be discussed later on. Next slide, please. So lastly, we have the ceiling finishes. So they play a role in concealing structural elements, enhancing acoustics, and creating a cohesive design throughout a space. Choosing the right ceiling finish can significantly impact the overall aesthetic and functionality of a room. So sample materials are drywall, suspended ceiling tiles, wood paneling, exposed beams, and etc. And next, we have the type of finishes. So these types of finishes is seen from the design listing of Philippine house design. So these are ranges of construction cost depending on the level and standard of finishes. So we have the structure only, semi-finish, standard finishes, and choice of finish. So all of their costs for each designs are just estimates. So first, and these costs vary depending on location and accessibility to suppliers. So first, we have the structured only finish. So as you can see from the picture on the left side, it only encompasses the concrete structure of a house with no doors and windows or aesthetic elements of a house. Meanwhile, the semi-finish, in which the aluminum doors and windows are incorporated with exterior wall finish. So these are common houses where it is suitable for living. So na siya toilet and bath with basic tiling. Next slide, please. So for the third one, we have the standard finishes. So from the picture, it is a complete house with doors, windows, and exterior and interior finish, such as ceramic and vinyl tile flooring, but without furniture or appliances. So meanwhile, on the other hand, for the last one, we have the choice finishes nga complete house gihapon siya. Same siya sa standard finish, but clients can choose their desired finish and it is much more expensive compared to the other three. So kumpleto na dyan na siya nga, mas kanang mahal jud ni siya nga type of finish. So those are the types of building finishes. So next, let me give the floor to Miss De La Serna for the floor finishes.
Okay, I'm back. So now let's tackle about floor finishes and different types of floor finishes. So next slide, please. So first we have ceramic tiles. The ceramic tiles are generally made from a mixture of water, sand, and clay. However, the spaces between the tiles, known as grout, are filled with a separate mixture of water, sand, and cement-like material. In some installations, the tile grout is made from epoxy instead of cement. So ceramic tile is one of man's oldest unique building materials, continuously in use because of its durability, functional, and aesthetic properties. It is practically indestructible and offers unlimited choices, not only in the design pattern but also in color that does not fade. So ceramic tiles are classified into two types, the glazed tiles and the unglazed tiles. So glazed tiles are physically used for walls and light-duty floors and toppings, while unglazed tiles are homogeneous composition, hard and dense quality, primarily used for floors and walls. So ang nakalahi ra jud nila kay ang glazed tiles kay glossy siya ta sinawon na ceramic. Ang unglazed is same ra sa picture nga nasa slide, which is more siya graph tanawon pero dili siya. Then next, special purpose ceramic tiles. So the purpose of ceramic tiles are they are non-slip tiles, so dili ta maslide, and ship or galley. So galley is kuan siya kanang mostly sa kitchen. Ceramic tiles mostly ang makuan sa galley kitchen, and frost-proof tile. So best siya sa cold temperature, and conductive tile mo mitigate siya sa electrostatic discharge. So next slide, please. Oh, balik sa din. So, balik sa. So before we move, have marble tiles. So here also we have the table 7.1 quantity of tiles per square foot meter. So here we have So here we have the commercial sizes, number of pieces per square foot and square meters. We also have the cement mortar value, which is 0.086 bags per square meter, white cement joint filler, 0.50 kilogram per square meter, and tile adhesive, 0.11 bag per square meter. So now let's have the next slide, please. So marble tiles. The marble is a natural stone material that can be used for many applications. Marble countertops, marble floors, and marble tile. A marble tile would have a visually appealing grain pattern that is unique to each tile as a form by nature. No two marble tile patterns are same, and the material is extremely durable. Even ancient structures built from marble still stand strong today. So we have also table 7.72 quantity of marble tiles and mortar per square meter. So here we have the sizes, number per square meter, the cement bag mixture, type mixture A, B, and C, and the sand cubic per meter. We also have polymer liquid, hardener, calcium powder constants. Okay, let's have the next slide. So next we have the vinyl and rubber tiles. So vinyl square tiles are made of 100% polyvinyl chloride plastic, which is commonly known as PVC, and come in different sizes. So first, small pieces of colored PVC are heated, and then they are pressed into thin layers that are adhered to form flexible sheets of vinyl. After that, sheets of vinyl are cut into tiles. So vinyl square tiles are example nasa kaning itong picture sa kilid. Then rubber floor tiles, also called rubber floor coverings, are made of synthetic rubber which has been molded under pressure and vulcanized at high temperature. So a basic or pinaka kuan example sa rubber floor tiles, bantay mo ng murag puzzle nga pangkuan sa bata kanang daghang color. So kanang isumpay-sumpay siya nga mura siya rubber sa nga tiles. So muna yung pinaka basic na example sa rubber floor tiles, but naharap with different kinds of rubber floor tiles with aesthetic designs and etc. So we have also ay balik sa okay. We have also the table 7.3 vinyl and rubber tiles, which has a stock sizes, number per square meter, and gallons of adhesive per square meters. Next slide, please. So now we have the granulitic floor. So granulitic is also known as granulitic paving, and granulitic concrete is a type of construction material composed of cement and fine aggregate such as granite or other resistant rocks. So it has a characteristic of durability, beauty, and variety installed by either monolithic cast in place or precast. So for monolithic or cast place means massively solid, single, and uniform floor finish cast in place. A mixture of cement and marble chips to a proportion of 1:3 is cast on top of a rough floor slab surface to an average thickness of 1.25 centimeter. So the floor is then grinded after it has attained sufficient hardness to withstand abrasion and vibration caused by the grinding machine. So grinding of the floor surface is done not earlier than 48 hours after casting. So we have the precast also. Precast refers to granulitic tiles in various dimensions, hydraulically pressed and molded in a factory. So the distinctive difference between the cast in place and the precast installation is the manner and place of casting or molding, so that the former installed on site and the latter pressed at the factory. Precast is installed in a tile form, while cast in place is installed on a fish mix form. So normally a dividing hard brass strips with alloy zincs are installed between tiles to control and localize any shrinkage or flexure cracks. So here also we have the table 7.74 granulitic flooring. So here we have sizes in centimeters, pieces per square meters, bag cement per square meters, mixture A and B, and sand cubic meter per square meter, and brass divider meter per square meter. So next. So next is epoxy flooring. So epoxy flooring is a type of Your synthetic resin floor system that is laid on top of concrete substrate as a form of protection and decoration. The system can comprise of several layers of thermosetting resin that are coated, rolled, or poured and generally applied onto a concrete substrate. So once the resin layer is completely cured, the floor system forms a strong and permanent bond acting as an impervious and decorative barrier to protect the substrate. So makita ra nato sa picture unsa jud ang gamit sa epoxy flooring. So next, so let's give the floor to Jack at Sala.
Good afternoon, everyone. So the sixth one is cement tiles. When we say cement tile, it is a mixture of cement, sand, and water, hydraulically pressed, locally manufactured in following commercial sizes: 25 mm by 15 by 15 cm or 1 inch by 6 by 6 inches. 25 mm by 20 by 20 cm or 1 inch by 8 inches by 8 inches, and so on. So the advantage of this cement tile kay it is more durable and can resist friction better than ceramic, and pwede siya ma-renew by curing its surface. But ang disadvantage po niya kay it's more heavy, and at the same time it is weak to resist acid. And in estimating the quantity of cement tiles include cement mortar for tile laying at an average thickness of 20 mm. The methods used could be either first by the unit measure method. So mo siya katong dividing the total area by the area covered by a single tile. And two is by the area method using table 7-4. Next slide. So seventh one is wood tiles. Wood tile is a well-arranged thin, small wood pieces in various dimensions with thickness ranging from 6 mm to 8 mm. Wood chips are carefully laid one at a time on a plain, smooth surface concrete floor slab applied with a good kind of white glue. The wood tile floor is then grinded with number 300 and 100 sandpaper 24 hours after setting to produce a fine and smooth even surface. Sandpaper dust is then mixed with wood glue used as filer of the joints. So the good thing of using wood tile as your flooring is it could give an aesthetic appeal, comfort, and warmth sa feet, and also ease of installation. Pero ang bad thing lang kay its durability, kay it may not be as resilient as ceramic, porcelain, or stone tiles. And in estimating the wood tiles, first solve for the net floor area to be covered with wood tiles in square meters. Two, wood tiles come in square foot, so i-multiply na to siya og 10.76 to get the number of square foot. And third is multiply the floor area by 0.6165 to get the number of wood glue in gallons per square meter. Next slide. And the eighth and the last type is pebbles and washout finish. So pebbles are small roundish stone used for walls and floor finishes called washout and pebbles respectively. Pebble stone is mixed with pure cement to a proportion of either 1:2 or 1:3 mortar mixture, then applied on the wall or floor slab, is then washed with water to a desired texture before the concrete final set. 24 hours later, the pebble's surface is then scrubbed with steel brush and a solution of water and muriatic acid to obtain the natural stone finish. So kanina floor finish could create a non-slip surfaces. So maong it is usually installed sa areas prone to moisture like kanang bathrooms or poolside areas. And also kato gidiscuss ni Jean kato granulithic flooring kay same siya sa kaning pebble washout finish nga nag-involve og cementitious mixture in the installation process, but the difference between the two kay sa granulithic kay comprise siya og cement and small aggregates, while kaning pebble washout finish kay embed siya og pebbles in a cement mix. So again, the different floor finishes are ceramic tiles, marble tiles, vinyl and rubber tiles, granulithic flooring, epoxy flooring, cement tiles, wood tiles, and pebble and washout finish. Next slide. So here are some famous places that features various type of flooring. Una is Museo de Iloilo. This museum in Iloilo City features intricate ceramic tiles on its floor and walls. Next kay Manila Cathedral. The flooring of Manila Cathedral primarily features marble tiles. These tiles often showcase intricate patterns and design crafted from high-quality marble, contributing to the cathedral's grandeur and architectural beauty. Next is Intramuros, which feature the granolithic flooring. So this historic walled city in Manila features granolithic flooring in several areas, including plazas, sidewalks, and even some buildings. The rough texture of the granolithic provides good traction and helps to prevent sleeping, especially during rainy weather. Next slide. Next is Malacanang Palace. The official residence of the President of the Philippines, Malacanang Palace boasts stunning wood floors in various rooms and hallways. These floors crafted from fine wood like Nara and Molave add a sense of grandeur and history to the palace interior. Next is the farm at San Benito. So this luxurious wellness resort in Lipa, Batangas features extensive use of pebble washout finishes in its walkways, spacious and garden areas. And the last is the Ayala Triangle Gardens that uses cement type of tile uh, to use some parts of the area. So this urban park in Makati City features extensive walkways adorned with tiles resembling cement tiles in their design and texture. So the geometric patterns and neutral tones add a modern and sophisticated touch to the park's landscape. Next slide. So here are the common types of wall finishes. First, paint. A common wall finish applied as a liquid coating, available in various colors and finishes. Matte satin gloss, it provides color, protection, and aesthetic enhancement to walls. So, kaya ba naman taani, unsa ning paint? So, it is the most common used nga wall finishes. So, second, kay wallpaper. So, it is a paper or vinyl sheets with decorative patterns or textures applied to walls. Wallpaper adds visual interest, texture, and a variety of design to spaces. So kani siya kay papilit na siya sa wall with a wallpaper adhesive gamit ang brush or roller. So ang naka-disadvantage lang ani kay its durability, kay it is prone to scratches, tears, and moisture exposure compared sa paint. And also in terms of kanang mag-change na wallpaper, kay it is time consuming sa pagtangtang and pagtaod balik. But kani siya is aesthetic variety kay pwede ka maka-choose of different designs with these finishes. Next slide. So the third one is ceramic. The third one is tiles. Ceramic or porcelain tiles installed on walls, available in various sizes, shapes, colors, and textures. Tiles offer durability, easy maintenance, and are suitable for moisture-prone areas like bathrooms and kitchens. Usually, gigamit ni nga finishes sa bathroom and kitchen kay it is prone to moisture exposure man then. The advantage of these finishes kay long-lasting siya and also easy to clean and maintain. Fourth is laminates, thin layers of material bonded to a substrate, often used as decorative wall coverings. Laminates come in diverse patterns, textures, and colors, providing an attractive and durable finish. Kaning laminates kay similar siya sa murag plywood but it has protective layer on both sides, so this can be installed through adhesive or suitable mounting system to the back of the laminate panels. Some laminates come with adhesive backing or click lock system for easier installation. So the last is the cement screed. A mixture of cement, sand, and water applied as a coating to walls. It offers a smooth, level surface and can be textured for different finishes. So kanina finishes can require skilled application and proper curing to achieve desired look and ensure durability. So next slide. So next, we will be having an example estimates of this presented floor plan. Here is a breakdown of the areas, specifying the various finishes to be applied in each section, along with the corresponding legend for easy identification. So the light brown kay 30 by 30 cm vinyl tiles, green kay epoxy paint, red 60 by 60 cm cement tiles, and the black one kay 20 by 20 cm ceramic tiles. And the blue one kay granulithic flooring. Next slide. So the designated black area should be installed with 20 by 20 cm unglazed ceramic tiles encompassing the female CR, male CR, and portions of the male and female locker rooms. So muna siyang male CR kay okay, next. So solving for next slide. Solving for 20 by 20 cm unglazed ceramic tiles, area of one tile is equals to 0.20 meters by 20 meters equals 0.04 square meters. Sa female CR, gihatag naman ni 9.63 square meters. So, i-divide rin nato siya og area sa one tile mo ng 240.75, say 241 pieces. Male CR, area equals 10.12 square meters and divide by 0.04. So, we have 253 pieces. Female locker room area is equals to 1.32 square meters divided by 0.04, 33 pieces, and male locker room is 30 pieces. So the total number of tiles is, isum up tanan, 241 plus 253 plus 33 plus 30 equals 557 pieces. So solving for the cement mortar kay i-kaon ang total area. So 9.63 plus 10.12 plus 1.32 plus 1.20 is equals to 22.27 meters squared. So referring to table 7-1 katong gi-present ni Jean ganina, along cement mortar, multiply ra na to ang area. So for cement mortar is 22.27 times 0.086 is equals 1.915, say 2 bags. White cement filer 22.27 times 0.50 equals 11.135, say 12 kilograms. And tile adhesive 20.27 times 0.11 equals 2.45, say 3 bags. Next slide. So next is the red area. So the designated red area should be installed with 60 by 60 cm cement tiles, which is the hallway of the floor plan. So the whole area of the hallway kay given na siya, which is area is equals to 87.32 square meters. Next slide. So solving for 60 by 60 cm cement tiles, so area of one tile, 0.60 times 0.60 equals 0.36 square meters. So ang area of the whole hallway, 87.32 square meters. So i-divide that, para makuha na to number of pieces, kaya divide na to siya sa area of one tile, which is equals to 242.56, say 243 pieces. So kani siya nga estimation kay wala pa ni siya labot ang allowance. So depende ra pod siya sa contractor. Then B is solving for cement and sand. So refer to the table 7-4 katong gipresent ni Jean pod ganina. So using 60 by 60 cm tile, and we are using the class B mortar mixture. So mo na cement is equals to 87.32 times 0.225 equals 19.647. So say 20 bags, and sand is 87.32 times 0.018 equals 1.5718, say 2 cubic meter. Next slide.
So now, So now let's move on to the blue shaded part. It's the granulitic flooring. So in estimating granulitic flooring, first we will determine the floor area. So na naman tayo given yung mga floor areas from serving and food assembly area, washing area, receiving area, and etc. So ato siyang i-total. So first we have 87.13 square meters assembly. And sa washing, we have 42.60 square meters. Plus the receiving area, 31.82 square meters. Plus the dry storage, chiller, freezer, kitchen area, and a special diet area. Now we can, now the total floor area will be 304.53 square meters. Next, let's solve the quantity of marble chips. So, sa akong discuss kaniha, ang granulitic flooring ay consists of marble chip of white cement. So, first, let's have the quantity of marble chip. So, refer to sa table 7.4, which is ang marble chip is equal to 0.0125 cubic meter per square meter. So, ato siyang i-multiply sa total floor area. So, makakakuha taog 3.8066 cubic meter. Now, let's have the white cement, solve the quantity of white cement required. So, refer to table 7.4. So, white cement is equals to 0.172. Di lang siya makar sa picture, but it is 0.172 bag per square meter. So let's multiply. Then we can have we have an answer of 52.38, or let's say 53 bags. Next. So kato siya ganiya is forecast in to siya, monolithic or cast in. So next we have the precast installation nga paagi. So precast installation, first let's determine the total floor area gyapon, which is na 304.53 square meters. Then refer to table 7.4. So let's say we are using 40 by 40 granulatic tiles. So based sa table na atay 6.25 pieces per square meter sa 40 by 40 na granulatic tiles. So multiply na to, we can get 1,903.31, or let's say 1,904 pieces of tiles. Then next, using the Class B mortar, so on the table, we have cement 0.225 bags per square meter and sand 0.018 cubic meter per square meter. So ato gapon siya i-multiply sa total floor area. Then the cement we have 68.52 or 69 bags, and the sand natay 5.48 cubic meter. So sa brass divider, so to quantity of brass divider, so let's refer to table 7.4 again. So let's multiply. So according sa table na type 5.8 meter per square meter sa brass divider kung 40 by 40 na granulitic tiles sa atong gamiton. So itong i-multiply 304.53 square meter times 5.8 meter per square meter is equals to 1,766.27 meters. So next.
So next, we have to estimate the number of 30 cm by 30 cm of vinyl tiles that is required in the office room for food services, formula storage, and the nasogastric tube or NGT room. So first, we have to solve the floor area. So it was given the floor area in each room. So we have the office area 9.9 square meters for the food services, 34.75 square meters, the NGT room 12.03 square meters, as well as the formula storage room. Next slide, please. So next, we will refer to table 7-3 to estimate the number of tiles per square meter. So it was discussed a while ago by Ms. De La Serna. So using a 30 cm by 30 cm vinyl tile, so kaning 11.11 kay i-multiply yan ay ang 0.30 by 0.30 nga vinyl tile. So divide and let's divide 1 divided by sa katong square sa area aning vinyl tile. So for office area kay ang 9.90 square meters kay times sa 11.11. So for office area kay makakuha tag 110 pieces, for food services kay 387, for NGT room kay 134, as well as the formula storage. So sa aming irap, we have a total of 765 pieces of vinyl tiles. Next, to calculate the adhesive cement, so for office area, kay we have a 0.42 gallon. So the area of the office kay times siya sa kanyang refer to sa table 7-3 nga na ay 0.042 gallons of adhesive per square meter. So mo na nakakuha ta og 0.42 gallons sa office area and 1.45 gallons for food services, 0.51 gallons for the NGT room or the nasogastric tube room, and the formula storage. So, sa aming irap, kay makakuha ta og 2.89 gallons. So, let's say nga 3 gallons. So, that's it for the estimation of the vinyl tiles. So next, kay, we have to calculate the amount of epoxy resin needed to the floor areas below with 2.5 centimeter coating thickness. So we have the given room nga, water room, which have an area of 6.21 square meters, and the scrape and waste area a 15.4 square meters. So to calculate the um, amount of epoxy needed, kay times we have to multiply the area of the room to the height or the coating thickness. So we have given nga 2.5 centimeter coating thickness, which is 0.025 meters. So for water room, kay ang iyahang needed nga volume for the epoxy resin is 0.155 cubic meter. And for the scrape and waste area, we have a 0.385 cubic meter. So summing all the volumes, we have a 0.54 cubic meter. So, mao na siya ang cubic meter sa epoxy. So, para nakibata kung pila na siya ka-liter, kay we have to multiply it by 1,000 liters because in 1,000 liter, kay na ay 1 cubic meter. So, mo na nga makakuha ta og 540 liters of epoxy needed. So that's it. So next we have the painting.
So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Eric Vansteves from Gem Builders, and my task for this afternoon is to talk about paint and painting. So first, let us define what is paint. So paint is a surface coating used for decoration, protection, or specialized functions. Everyone knows its uses, colors, and brand names. Excuse me. Good quality paint is generally cheaper but offers better surface coverage, ease of work, and durability. So obtaining a good quality paint from a reputable brand is not guaranteed for long-lasting use. Applying premium quality paint to a surface not suitable for it is considered a technical failure, which cannot be guaranteed by cost or brand. So we all know that quality paint is known for its better coverage and durability and is generally cost-effective. Why cost-effective? Because it is long-lasting, and but it is excuse me. So technically, failure may incur if premium paint is applied to unsuitable surface. So underscoring the importance of considering both quality and compatibility is for optimal results. So good quality paint is essential in various industries, especially construction. So painting is typically carried out for the following reasons. First is simple maintenance. Surfaces and areas that are well painted are much easier to clean. So well-painted surfaces facilitate easy maintenance. The smooth and even finish of a good paint job creates a barrier that makes it simpler to clean and maintain. So this is especially crucial in environments where cleanliness is paramount, such as hospitals or food preparation areas. Second, it provides protection to surface against from solar radiation, insects, rain, and other external factors. So paint acts as a protective shield for surfaces. It guards against solar radiation, preventing damage caused by prolonged exposure to the sun. It also acts as a barrier against rain, which can be detrimental to certain materials over time. Furthermore, paint helps deter insects and other pests from damaging surfaces. So third is improving the visual appeal of the surface. So one of the most apparent benefits of painting is the improvement in visual aesthetics. So a well-chosen color in a professionally applied coat of paint can transform the look of a space. So this is crucial in both residential and commercial settings where a positive visual impact is desired. So fourth is improving surface durability. So beyond aesthetics, paint contributes significantly to the durability of surfaces. It forms a protective layer that can withstand wear and tear, reducing the likelihood of scratches, dents, or other forms of damage. So the last one is waterproofing. So paint, especially certain types, are designed for this purpose. So it provides effective waterproofing. This is essential in areas prone to moisture such as bathrooms, kitchens, or exterior surfaces. And then waterproof paint prevents water penetration, reducing the risk of mold, mildew, and structural damage.
So good afternoon, everyone. I am Mary Evangeline Perez from GEM Builders. So let's continue. The physical properties of paint are crucial when choosing the type of paint. So of course, the physical properties of paint will play a significant role in determining its performance and suitability for various applications. So if maka-choose ganitag excellent type of paint, we will have these benefits. So number one, forming a durable and hard coating. So in choosing the type of paint, we also need to consider the factors, which is durability and hardness. So durability is crucial for a paint's ability to withstand wear and tear over time. So a durable coating is resistant to scratches, impacts, and other physical stresses. Another is hardness, which is important to prevent chipping, peeling, or other forms of damage. So a hard coating ensures that the painted surface maintains its integrity and appearance. So dili siya dali ma-scratch, dili siya dali ma-peel, and dali ma-damage. Another is ease of application. So dali na lang siya i-apply. So a type of paint that is easy to apply will allow for a smoother and more efficient painting process. So mga factors na consider ani is viscosity, leveling properties, and coverage. So you need to choose a paint that spreads easily and evenly so that it can result in a more uniform finish. So another is formation of thin film without cracking. So flexibility in the dried film is key to preventing cracks. So especially in areas that is prone to expansion and contraction due to temperature changes or structural movement. So another is reasonable or excellent drying period. So kani siya magdepende sa ni siya sa iyahang design, no? So na may mga pintal nga design siya for quick drying na asad for extended open times for intricate work. So another is not very harmful for users. So of course we need to choose a paint that is not that do not contain harmful ingredients, no? So low VOC or volatile organic compounds are preferred for environmental and health benefits. So minimizing exposure to toxic fumes and ensuring user safety during application and drying are important considerations in choosing a paint. So another is main performance and affected by weather conditions. So of course, we need to choose a type of paint na dili ma-damage sa sunlight, rain, and temperature fluctuations. So a high quality paint should resist fading, peeling, and other weather-related damage. So choosing the right type of paint involves considering those factors that I mentioned that to ensure the desired durability, ease of application, and overall performance for specific applications and environmental conditions. So next slide, please. So painting contractors use software technologies like builders schedule software to manage projects and services efficiently. So dili ra di ay high quality paint ang worth investment sa mga construction companies, but also schedule softwares. So these tools enable real-time collaboration, faster task scheduling, and efficient supervision. So another is the difference between high quality paint and the low quality paint, or excellent quality paint versus low quality paint. So an excellent quality paint consists of 20% pigment, which provides color and coverage. Solvent, 15%, it aids in the application and drying process. With a binder, 40%, it binds the pigment particles together and adheres the paint to the surface. Extender, 20%, which enhances coverage and durability. Additive, 5%, it improves specific properties like flow, leveling, or resistance. While the lower quality paint, it causes faster water absorption, leading to peeling and bubbling. While higher quality paint, it is worth investing because of the long-lasting effect. So next slide. So as you can see, we have different kinds of paint in the table. So nganong importante man nga ang kind of paint asa nimo i-use. So because it is crucial
to choose the right kind of paint for its uses because each um, because different surfaces and applications require specific formulation. So each kind of paint has unique properties such as adhesion, durability, and finish. So using the right paint for a particular surface ensures proper coverage, longevity, and a desirable aesthetic outcome. So for example, ang imuhang pintalan is for interior wood surfaces. So ang imong gamiton is interior, primer, and sealer. So muna siyang mga table for kinds of paint uses and coverage. So next.
So good afternoon everyone. So money siya mo example for paint estimation. So as you can see, kanang ang atong unang buhaton is atong i-calculate ang wall area. So the height kay there is sa atong elevation is 2.85 meters. I-multiply nimo sa iyang 7.5 nga width and then i-times nimo og 4 sides because ang among balay is kuan siya square ra siya. So the result is 85.5 square meters. And then as you can see sa iyang elevation kay naman siya windows. So atong i-minus ang windows both sides kay duha siya ka windows. So 85.5 square meters i-minus nimo sa usa ka window nga 1.20 by 0.80 meters and then sa usa pod is 1.20 by 1.20. So ato ang area nga need na to i-paint is 80.7 square meters. So ang ato ang task sa kani nga estimate is ato ang i-paint ang ato ang exterior wall. So ang among gigamit nga exterior for paint sa exterior wall kay acrylic gloss latex paint. So nana siya yung mga so wala man ta kay baw unsa ang kanang texture gani sa ato ang wall. So natay table sa babaw nga mo na siya ang ato ang kuan per coverage area per square meter depende sa ang texture. So first kay atong i-estimate if ang ato ang wall kay coarse to rough surface. So i-solve nimo gamit yung area. Dayon i-divide nimo siya og 30 square meters per gallon na others. So mo ni siya ang coverage area sa so ang kaning 30 square meters per gallon kay kani nga table gikuha na to sa kani here kani nga table diri mo na siya i-clip lang ako diri. So 30 to 40 square meters. So area divided by the square meters per gallon. So 2.69 or 3 gallons coverage of neutralizer and water solution. So in every quart of neutralizer kay na siya 2.5 gallons of water solution. So i-multiply lang nimo ang 1 quart of neutralizer times atong nakuha nga gallons which is 2.69 over 2.5 gallons of water solution. So makuha na to 0.9 or equals to 1 quart of neutralizer. So in solving for the concrete primer, so man siyang first coating. So gamito na to ang area sa ato ang wall nga i-paint. I-divide nimo sa 30 square meters per gallon kay mo na siya ang coverage area sa coarse to rough surface. And then makuha rin nimo siya which is 2.69 or 3 gallons of acrylic gloss latex paint. And then for the final coating, same process gihapon. And then makuha nimo siya is 3 gallons of acrylic gloss latex paint. And the next guy, ang fine to coarse surface. So using the area, i-divide mo siya og 35 because mo na siya ang coverage area sa fine to mo na siya ang coverage area. So ang makuha gyapon is 3 gallons and then same gyapon processes and then solve for the concrete primer, so which is 2.31 and then same sad siya sa ang final coating.
So the third example is smooth to fine surface na atong gigamit. So same process ra gihapon, use acrylic gloss latex paint. So ang area is 80.7 square meters. It divides a 40 square meter per gallon which is ang coverage area sa smooth to fine. So we will have 2.0175, which is equal to 3 gallons coverage of neutralizer and water solution. So if 1 quart of neutralizer is mixed with 2.5 gallons of water, so divide na to ang 2.0175 gallons at 2.5. So we will have 0.805 807, which is equal to 1 quart neutralizer. So same process ganina, so solve for concrete primer for smooth to fine surface na. So we divide into 40 square meters. So same siya, 2.0175, 3 gallons acrylic gloss latex paint. So for final coating, 80.7 square meters, i-divide gihapon siya of 40 square meters, which is 3 gallons acrylic gloss latex paint. So that would be all for our discussion. Once again, we are the GEM Builders, where precision meets elegance in every finish. Now signing off.
Okay, so thank you, roofing group. Okay, so na-cover ninyo ang floor finishes, wall finishes, and painting. Okay, good. So, okay, class. I will be basing here sa kuan ha. Okay, daghan kayo ang nangawala. I think 7 of you ang nawala during discussion. Okay, I know na it took 1, 2, 3, almost 4 hours to finish the reporting. Okay, so class, we will see you on the face-to-face for our finals on Thursday. Okay, so now question class. Okay, yes, Tibes.
Good afternoon, Miss. Kanang ang coverage, Miss, kay kutob, Miss, sa painting sa atong finals.
Wala na yung appeal ko to breta sa masonry.
Masonry. Thank you, Miss.
No, not masonry. Carpentry day, carpentry. Unsa may gaon na carpentry or masonry?
Carpentry, Miss.
Carpentry gaw na, Miss.
So kuto breta sa masonry class.
Sige, Miss.
Okay, any other question? Yes, Jean.
Miss, if so, tanan man nga problem ay question miss na kay multiple choice or katurang mga terms.
Multiple choice gihapon ng pati ang concept and also the computation are all multiple choice.
Thank you, miss.
Okay, any other? Okay, so I will be checking again your attendance. I will be basing here. So kung kinsa na wala diri sa group, I will mark it absent for today. Okay, so any other question? Okay, so I guess inyong mga examples for the masonry, the roofing, and also for the painting are very detailed. So good job for that, no? I see na you take a lot of effort, especially katong nikuha og mga plans. So hopefully nananghid mo ato labi na tong sa DepEd class, no? Kay usually plans are confidential. So I appreciate for those who really are taking effort in doing the presentation. Okay, class. So I will see you on Thursday. Okay, class dismissed. Thank you, class.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, ma'am.